Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. It's timeless and it is love based. Let's see what your crush thinks you feel about them. I'll get some advice, what's next, all of the things. It has been a little bit, right? I took a break from channeling messages, from doing so collectively. I have been still doing personal readings, so anyone that wants one, this is probably the time to get that because I'm not always doing those. But yeah, just to give you a little backstory for those of you that like to track me real time, this is a reading I was supposed to do possibly like a couple of months ago. I may have been holding on to this thumbnail for months. I'm not even gonna lie, at least two, because I mean it was around the eclipses, right? So I've been rolling with the energy because it seems to be more accurate when I'm dealing with a collective read like I do for you guys. So while it may seem like I'm procrastinating on the channel, I'm not. I'm channeling the messages when I'm being called to channel the messages, because when the eclipses hit, I was called to restructure some of my calendar for the readings. I did a lot of non-love readings, so go back if you missed those. Or if you're not called, just wait until they call you. If they ever call you, then maybe you'll have messages, because they are still timeless, even though me as the reader, I am on a strict timeline regimen with this, okay? But this was supposed to be a what your crush like feels about you. I was going to use this as a generic reading because the last thumbnail I did was the coffee. So I was originally going to make the coffee thumbnail this video. And then they were like, no, you're not going to do that like this. You're going to do it like that. And I'm like, okay, sure. So this is why we have everything kind of assorted and shifting and all the things. And that may be your lives. It may be your love lives. It could just be whatever reason, whatever's going on with you guys. So, that's why we have that. You may have actually heard me mention this thumbnail in a previous reading. I'm remembering, I don't know what video, but I mentioned this thumbnail. So if you're here from there and you've been waiting for me to do this reading for like a month, two, maybe three, I don't know. Yay, we finally got it. So what's the other thing I wanted to mention? When I pressed play to start filming, I got a wave of uncertainty of not being ready. So I don't know if that's going to be all of you guys collectively, like you, the viewer, or if that's the people you're going to be asking about. Because again, I haven't done a reading like this in a while where I'm seeing the perspective of how the person thinks you feel versus just their feelings for you. So I'm interested to see what I'm going to get for you guys. But I'm also, this I don't know, something about this energy is just nosy. Maybe it's by nature of the question that I'm calling all of you out, because this kept falling. This is a book from a deck that I've had for literally years. Kept falling. It kept falling, and I'm like, I don't need the book. I know this deck. I've used this deck for years, and it's not that kind of a deck. So I'm gonna pull a collective message before I hop into the pile selection. And I don't know why I feel so unsure, uncertain about everything right now. Like I feel like as soon as I stepped into the intention of this reading, I feel unsure, uncertain, and I can't even get my words together. So I don't know what that's all about, but we'll figure it out. I'll ground the energy after I do this part, but I do want to get a collective message. You have Blue Moon at the bottom, and because the book was so adamant about being on the table for this one collective message I get for all of you that watch this part, I'll see what the book has to say to see why it's okay. Two collective messages. We're not really fighting back today. It takes more time. You have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay. All right. And then I have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Okay. So I'm gonna get the book, but immediate quick channel. Things where areas of life where you're struggling, right? Any area of life where you're struggling. Obviously, things that are associated with Capricorn, Saturn energy, lessons, karma. And when I say karma, I mean karmic cycles in terms of just learning lessons and growing and developing in this life towards your North Node, towards your purpose. Could be 10th house themes, career, social status, for some of you where it's that specific, but it could truly just be Capricorn, Saturn, lessons, growth, development in this life, challenging you to be better, to evolve, to grow. And the more you're willing to adapt, to adjust, to discern, I heard, to what's the other word? Because I got a lot of confusion. This is my chaotic energy. All of you here are very chaotic. I don't know what's going on. Basically, challenges are meant to make you do what you're supposed to be doing. So let me see what's at the bottom. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is another. So whereas we have lessons, here we have learning. So lessons, learning, right? Restriction, growth, right? Possible stagnation, evolution. Okay, so that's like, these are not opposing axes, but the energy is like, this is the planet of restriction, this is the planet of I want to say the word access, so that's what we're excess, like that's what we're gonna say. So let me just flip. I don't even know how this works in the book because I don't use the book, so bear with me because I don't want this to be long, but apparently I needed to I don't know why I thought that. Some of you need to reflect because I keep going backwards. Okay. All right. Release control and trust the universe. Maybe you need to know that. Work ethic. Okay. Talks about professional questions. Moving through feelings of hopelessness. Making a plan is far better use of your time. I heard. Okay. All right. All right. I'll let you read. So, why not? I closed the book, but I'm like, because I don't know. I feel called to, this isn't, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you guys have going on. Maybe that's why I felt called to do the reading. A lot of you are struggling. All right, I'll let you read it. I'll let you read it. It says, take time out for a mini break or adventure. Okay, life is an adventure. Okay. And all the things. So I'll let you read. But all in all, this is an energy of expansion, okay? And all the things. So that's probably why I needed to use that deck. I don't know what y'all have going on, okay? But let me get back to my cute little love reading for you guys. I'll re-cleanse this before I do pile one, but there was a wave of energy. And now I feel like a little bit of at ease. So hopefully those of you, it's only like what? I don't know how many of you actually watched this intro part. Hopefully you got whatever you needed. If not, I'm not gonna lie, I actually am doing personal readings right now. I'm not doing lots of them, but I am doing them because I'm trying to be a little bit better about that part. So yeah, those of you that need that, I'm doing that now. So let's hop into the pile selection. For those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me verbally describe each pile, the time is now. Pile number 1 is the lemon cheesecake. Pile number 2 is the berry, could be any kind of berry you want it to be, cheesecake. Pile number 3 is the caramel cheesecake, and pile number 4 is the chocolate cheesecake. I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1. Let's see what your crush thinks you feel about them. Any advice, anything that's next. For those of you that are familiar with the channel, I don't know the last time we've done a reading like this, so here you go. For those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. Remember, these are used to, because they are collective, you should be using them to help support you in a direction you're pretty much already going. So where there's a lot of confusion, you should be sitting with yourself and using this to support your intuition once things settle, okay? Because there's a very specific group of people that actually move from a place of anxiety. Most of you do not. So you should not be doing that unless that's something you know you should be doing. Yeah, what I want to do, I want to make mention, I'm already, and I don't know why I'm being like this. Like, I know I do it a lot in these readings, but something about this pile 1, I feel very, I don't know if this is your personality or if this is this person's personality. It's funny because it's not good. It's kind of phony. I feel like, and I'm not calling you or anyone names, but like I'm not. So like I'm usually like animated and excited in the readings, and I'm excited like genuinely, but I feel like I'm doing like the fake excited, fake happy thing right now, and I have no idea why I'm doing that. I have no idea why I'm doing that. So I could be channeling you, channeling this person. I don't know why I'm doing that. So that may be a confirmation for some of you. I'm also realizing, and I'm not gonna move it because I don't want to mess with anything, but I feel like I'm too far to the right. So I don't know, something about the right side being too far to the right. Like I feel like me, the table, the way that I have it set up, is too far to the right. Like I feel off balance. So I don't know what that's all about. Yeah. So energy is already grounded. Let's ride. Let's see. I'm gonna start with this deck. All right. My lemon, lemons are known to be, they're a little bit sour unless you're making like lemonade or whatever. So maybe one of you has like a little bit of a sour personality, a little bit mean. I don't know. I'm not sure. But let me just ground and just see. Let me see what this crush is thinking. I'm not, so I don't know if this is going to be a pile. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm dragging this out, but just bear with me because I channel. I don't just read. And I'm tapping in. I don't know if, oh, yeah, I'm dropping cards. I dropped like 3 cards just now. So we'll see what that is in a minute. I might actually take them because I do believe it's 3. So something about number 3. I feel like I'm not sure if I want to call you the cheesecake, like the lemon cheesecake, or if I want to call the person the lemon cheesecake. And I know I flip-flop when I, do these types of readings, but I usually go in knowing exactly which. So sometimes I'll refer to you as a snack, sometimes I'll refer to your person as a snack, but I always very confidently know exactly which way I'm gonna do it. For this pile, stepping in, I'm not really sure. Okay, so I don't know what that's all about. I don't know, maybe like your crush is really confused. Your crush might be really, really confused about what you feel for them. They may have no idea. They may think you're a little bit sour. They may think you don't like them. I don't know. But let me get these cards. Okay. And they fell just like this because they hit the floor. I'll take them even though I only wanted one. This is a really confused pile, apparently. And their incoming energy. So something about this will be incoming energy, or when it came in, I don't know, whatever. Okay, because this energy is already confusing, and I hate when I have to like go out of my way to emphasize grounding as I channel. So we'll see. So maybe this person is just really ungrounded. But you've got faith, passion, flower. Okay, well, there's a lot of passion. Okay. We've got affection, the rose. Okay. All right, look at you. I like it. So you make this person really nervous. I'll say that much. On the lightest side of this pile, this person's just really nervous. Beginning in reverse. How did that end up in reverse? I don't even know, but it fell in reverse. So, and that is the daffodil. So faith, affection, reverse of the beginnings. Something about this person, if we're talking pure crush, how they think you feel. Because I'm almost want to lead. I think I mentioned the mirror. I feel like I'm leading with, I wanted to lead with what they feel. Now, it could be just me and my routine. Both of you may just be routine oriented and not used to deviating from what you're used to doing. But what your crush thinks you feel about them, right? They think you have faith in them. They think you have a lot of affection towards them. But something about a beginning in reverse. Some of you, they may think you want, like, honestly, some of you on the shadow side, because it was very clear with faith, affection, reverse of beginnings, got a lot of love for you, a lot of faith for you, will pray for you if they're religious, but not interested, okay? That's where we are on the shadow. Now, I don't know how we got to the shadow, but it came out. On the lighter side, this is someone that is hopeful, they feel And that's probably why it's so ungrounded, because some of you may be asking about somebody that's not doing the thing, right? Like they may not be thinking about how you feel about them at all. Like some of you, this person may not be considering your feelings at all. And that's why it's throwing me off. So let me see what's at the bottom. Appreciation, the sunflower. So there's a lot of yellow here. There is, I have roses on the channel. I actually have a yellow rose on the channel. I do have, sunflowers on the channel. So you may find clarity there if this is throwing you off, or if you feel like you're losing patience. Maybe the sunflower and or the rose, specifically that yellow one or orange, may help you. Letter A may be relevant. Okay. But something about a lack of a beginning or a blockage to a beginning, right? Some of you, this person thinks that you think very highly of them. I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, because it's like faith, affection, appreciation. Like in a shadow sense, it's someone that's like, yep, pile one, really like, oh yeah, I locked and loaded. See, unconsciously, I've associated them with the lemon cheesecake. So there you go. So the lemon cheesecake is like, yeah, pile one is like, they think very highly of me. Like they think I'm great. And I don't know if like it's a good thing, because I mentioned at the beginning that energy like that I channeled, and it wasn't a good one. Like it wasn't a good one. Okay. Like it was kind of phony. Like some of you, this person, you know, I hate leading with the shadow. I really do. I know some of you are like, oh, I like that you do both, but like it's scary when I don't know which side. And then some of you are like, don't do the shadow. I mean, I don't have to, but it comes through. So like it's extra effort for me to stop. So I don't. And if it doesn't naturally flow, I don't. And like, it just, I mean, it is what it is. I don't like the energy though. Because I feel like the dominant is the shadow, but let me peel through and try to find the lighter. Okay. Something about a not wanting a fresh start. Let me pull these tarot cards. So this could be relevant to you and or this connection you have with this person, if you have one at all. I feel like what I'm really doing right now is fighting back with the shadow. Like I'm aggressively, energetically trying to like cut through it so that I can find like where the lighter, happier side will fall. And it's making it more confusing. You see what I'm saying? So that may apply to your life. Okay. That could apply to you. I don't know how that's applying and what areas of life that may apply, but that's what I'm actively doing. So I'm working myself a little harder to cut through the very prominent shadow of this pile so that I can try to make a light or find a light. You know what I mean? Take that how that resonates. So let me, pile number one, lemon cheesecake. What do they think my pile one thinks about them? Honestly, I'm realizing a lot of you may be asking about somebody that you know doesn't like have good intentions towards you. I hate when y'all do that to me, because this is supposed to be nice. And then y'all get mad at me in the comments because the energy isn't nice. But if you're asking about someone that you know would have negative feelings towards you, or would associate you with having negative feelings towards you, come on. Because we've got the goddess of swords here, which is Queen of Swords. The maturing sense is kind of like, which in the shadow could be very firm, very combative, very cold, very rigid, like no emotion. That's what we could have. And now I got the light. Look at it. I love it. Take the shadow how it resonates. I hope that it goes away so that I don't have to keep reading. This is someone that thinks that you are very, very sharp. And when I say sharp, like I mean like intellectually, instinct wise. Like this person thinks that you're light on your feet. Like you're very witty. Like your mind moves very quick. You adapt very quickly. Like all of the things. And I'm doing a thing again where it's really confusing. So I don't know what this pile is doing. I promise y'all I'm not as confused as I feel. This is a group, It feels familiar. It feels familiar. I feel like there's always like not always, but every couple of months there's an energy in a pile that feels very confused, possibly manipulated, possibly traumatized, that steps in, and it's like heavy, and I have trouble reading and remembering what I'm reading for. And that's what's happening for this pile. So let me get the rest of these, and then I'll see what's going on. At the bottom you do have the Tower. So like this person may be in confusion, you may be in confusion, but like because the energy isn't grounded, I'm gonna just take all of my tarot and then figure it out. There we go. 4 versus the 3. Let's see why. Yeah, more overwhelmed energy. The 10 of Wands is completely maxed out, burnt out, overwhelmed energy. Some of you, this person is like, Pile 1 hates me. I don't know what's going on. Like, some of you, this person is like, Pile 1 hates me. Hates my guts, hates me. So I don't know who you're asking about, but like this person's like, Pile 1 hates me. There's that Ace of Wands. Okay, so some of you, okay, so this is what's happening, and this is why it's messing me up, and why I get mad at y'all sometimes. So you're asking about somebody, and this is a specific, it's not going to be all of you, maybe about half. You're asking about somebody that, like, so you want to know how this person thinks you feel, and you're asking about so you're probably still interested in somebody that you have negative feelings towards, and then that person has negative feelings, but also is like, y'all got some weird, chaotic, toxic stuff with you. I'll just say it, because that's where we are right now with this pile. Because the person is like, Pile 1 hates me, but I will go again, probably, but I don't think that they would be down for it. That's kind of the overwhelming energy here. So if this is not you, maybe go to one of those piles I sent you to, like, because we have the rose here, we have and I do have a yellow one, I do have an orange one, and I do have sunflower, and they are all in the secret admirer readings. And just because you're here in this pile, I actually have another one that I'm going to do soon. I don't remember what piles I have, like what flowers I have on it, but thumbnail is already made, because I have like 3-4 thumbnails already locked and loaded. So, but those other ones from the past, maybe that's going to help you. I don't know. Right? Like, you may be asking about somebody that is secretly admiring you, or maybe you're secretly admiring this person. Okay? And all of this heavy baggage shadow, which could be between you and this person, or just not, or just your own baggage, this person's baggage could be. And it's like convoluting my table. So and that's for those of you where you have all of this baggage within yourself, or you're asking about somebody with a lot of baggage, or there's a lot of baggage between the two of you, right? Because we've got the God of Cups. Some of you are asking about more than one person, because there's like 3 people on my table right now. This is not going to be as long of a reading as it feels, I promise, because I'm just going to get the energy and go. So some of you, this person feels like they're overwhelmed, you're overwhelmed. They think they give you anxiety. They think they create chaos, right? Like, they think that you feel this way, by the way that I'm saying. Like, they think that because I can't even like read the question appropriately because of how much confusion this person seems to have in their mind, because there seems to be overwhelming anxiety. But on the lighter side, it is like an overwhelming anxiety too. It's just from a passionate way, right? Like, this person's like overwhelmed with faith, overwhelmed with affection, overwhelmed with appreciation. But they're not sure how they're really confused about if you reciprocate, how they feel, and that's why you're in here with all of the baggage, right? Like, that's why you're here with the baggage. So let me get my card. Tell me more about what the lemon cheesecake thinks Pile 1 feels about them. What does the lemon cheesecake think Pile 1 feels about them? Incoming energy, something incoming. Show the world the real you. I was okay. So I was already channeling an energy of like, because I got a wave of like relief once I said, okay, the person's really anxiety. Like they don't know how you feel. It's a lot. It's chaotic on the lighter sense. On the shadow side, there's a lot of baggage that the baggage that I'm channeling, you already know I'm not going in detail. Go to one of those other piles. I feel like some of those other piles may give you clarity, but I'm not cutting through the baggage. But the wave of relief of, yeah, I just want to know like that I like them and all the things. I don't know, because I don't know why this person's so chaotic. You have show the world the real you. So this is a person that is hopeful you see them clearly, in the best way, and that they're fearful that you see them clearly in the worst way. There we go. So what show the world the real you, like this person is concerned that you see them in a negative sense because of their shadow traits, possibly their anxiety, possibly their baggage, like all of the wave, the confusion that hit the table. Like if that's their wave of confusion, right? They're worried that you see them poorly because of all of that, and they're hoping you can see their positive attributes through that. And that's the clearest message I've gotten in the whole 17 minutes I've been sitting here. So good job with I don't know, me grounding, I guess. We got the full moon in Virgo. You're good enough. Yeah, this person has self-esteem issues a little bit. They're a little worried. They suffer from needing to be perfect syndrome, I feel. Like this is a person that suffers from needing to be perfect syndrome in the lightest sense. In the shadow, it's a lot going on that you should be thinking negative. I hate to say it like that. Or it's your trauma that's making you project, but I don't feel like that's a dominant energy. The lighter side, this person just feels like their flaws may be enough for you to be like, no, I'm gonna leave the lemon cheesecake alone. That's the anxiety, okay? Let's show the real world the real you. You're good enough, okay? And it could be involving because Aquarius is shocks, surprises, ruled by Uranus, but it's also like rules like electricity and stuff. So it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the internet, like social media. It could be community collective spaces, because Aquarius is like collective energy. And then this combined is like community work, community endeavors, like helping and supporting people. And this is also health, wellness, day-to-day routine. So those are things where this person's like worried, or like they're like, okay, I know Pile 1 likes this about me, but I know like I'm lacking here, here, and here. And that's where I'm concerned that Pile 1's gonna not be interested in me because like I'm not perfect. That's how the person's like, they're thinking like, so when they're thinking you're seeing them in a negative sense, they're worried that you're judging them for having flaws, for being human. And then I also see, let's see. This person's hoping you see them as helpful. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's a thing. So let me see. Tell me more about when my pile number 1's crush. What is the lemon cheesecake thinking that pile 1 feels about them? There we go. The bottom is Neptune, dream, and transcend. So I heard the cat's out of the bag. So in the shadow, like I have to leave with it. It's really like a dominant energy. I'm not saying all of you here are shadow. Please don't take it that way. But you pick, like you have baggage anxiety. This person has baggage anxiety. Somebody here is like overwhelming the table. But the shadow is like someone feeling like you're seeing them for who they truly are in the worst way, because they may actually like the shadow may truly be a shadow that is not favorable to you. Okay? Or historically hasn't been, or potentially could be. Like you know, because Neptune rules fantasy, illusions, dreams, right? It's like a mirage, right? Like some of you persons, like Pile 1 sees me for the mirage that I am. It's not real. It's smoke and mirrors, kind of a vibe, okay? Like that's where we are, okay? Because God of Swords is kind of like cutting through, especially with the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands, okay? But on the lighter side, this is someone that I think I channeled earlier, like a phony nature, right? Like it doesn't have to be a shadow, right? Like on the lighter side, this is someone that's like really trying to make themselves seem like they're a lot like more perfect and more together than they are because they want to impress you. That's what I'm getting. So like this person's like trying to manipulate how you see them. So they're like, I want Pile 1 to see me this way, I want Pile 1 to see me that way, and I'm hoping Pile 1 doesn't see any of my flaws because I'm perfect, and Pile 1 needs to see me as perfect. Now obviously you see how that could be a horrible thing, but in me peeling through to find the lighter side, you can see why it's hard to find the lighter side, because even the lighter side is a little bit manipulative. It's like, I want Pile 1 to see me as perfect, I want Pile 1 to see me as flawless, and all of the things like that, right? South Node says destined to release. So again, a lot of you, even on the lighter side, this person seems like, I don't know if Pile 1 wants to do the thing. Pile 1 wants to go, like this person doesn't seem to think that you're as interested, or they think at the first sign of seeing them for a real person, seeing them as who they are, there it is, you'll like run. And I said that at 22 minutes, 22 seconds. So that's the thing. So some of you, this person doesn't think you see them clearly. Even if you see them in a positive sense, they're like, the good traits that Pile 1 sees in me, I don't think that that's real. And when they realize that I'm a real person, they're not going to want anything to do with me. This is a really interesting energy. I don't know who you're asking about or why or how, but like that's kind of how it is. Okay. Destined to release. Like this is one that's like once Pile 1 sees who I actually am, and then South Node could be like your past. Like once they learn about my past, or once they know about my past, it's over. That's kind of the thing. Okay. Or now that they know about my past, cat's out of the bag. That's what we've got. Okay. Well, nobody's perfect, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna shift because I was supposed to come here to the left for these love readings, but I only do this in non-love readings. So go back to some of the non-love readings I've done if you haven't. Like if you're not the type to watch those, like I don't care if you do, it's probably going to be helpful to you, because this is a pile of people that need non-love readings. I hate to say it like that, whether it's you or this person, because even if all of this energy on the table is this person and not you at all, the fact that like you're asking about somebody with this much stuff and you may not even realize it, that's an energetic thing. So go to the non-love readings, But instead of going to my love readings, my love cards, I went over here to this one, which I was going to use for advice. So let's see. Tell me what's going on. I'm not even going to associate a question with this deck. I'm just going to let it speak how it wants. I'll pull one card, and I may pull your advice still from it at the end. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So what is this? Ooh, I think it's in reverse too. Why do we need this message? Banish a curse in reverse. Ooh. Know what that means? Some of y'all asking me about an ex, or somebody you should not be asking me about, just in general, right? Some of you, this person feels like you see them as someone that just won't go away, stuck around. Some of you, this person thinks that you see them as someone that just can't clear out the past, can't clear out their energy, okay? Like can't banish a curse, like can't get ahead, just can't win, right? Regardless of what area of life I'm talking about, because to banish a curse is to be free, right? When you feel cursed, regardless of your religion and all of the things, but like when we think of like banishing a curse, we think of clearing energy, we think of ascending, moving ahead, excelling. Like this person may feel like stuck in a funk. They may feel that you see them in that way, okay? I'm going to still use that deck for advice at the end. Yeah, this person may be hiding things, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. This may be a person that hides a lot. So just watch it, okay? Like this is someone that hides a lot, including who they truly are. Like you might even be dealing with somebody, I hate to say that, but on the shadow sense, just watch it. Especially if it's someone you're getting to know. You may be like, this may be someone that like truly just like is hiding their true identity. Like they may be living a double life. Like you may like you might not really know this person, okay? So just watch that, because this person's definitely wearing a mask and trying to manipulate how you see them, for better, for worse, okay? Like I said, on the lightest side, this is just someone that wants to be perceived as perfect. Like on the light side, this is someone that's wanting to impress somebody they're interested in, right? Like, so they're like, yeah, I got my stuff together, you know what I mean? Like, you know how people like do act real extra when they like somebody new, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why they say like the honeymoon phase, because everybody's acting perfect and they're on their best behavior and they pretend that they don't have any flaws. Like, that's kind of where we are with this, okay? Like, like, and then and then as you get to know each other and you get comfortable and the mask comes off and you start to see their shadow, they start to see your shadow, and you're like, I can work with this because people are people, people are human. That's kind of on the lightest side. You haven't made it to the point where you actually get to know each other. Like, you haven't made it to the point where you see how each other actually live. Like, you know how there's the people, slight story time, right? Like the people that are like, oh, you don't live with a partner before marriage, whether it's, I don't know, whatever reason, right? Spiritual, religious, cultural boundaries, I don't know. But like, there's people that are like, oh, you don't do that. And then the argument to that is, well, be careful what you wish for, because you don't know this person until you actually like live with them. And it's like, you're dating, you're out, you're happy, and you go to their house, when they're expecting you. And then when you move in together, you're like, that's not how you live for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm getting, right? And that's why, like, certain relationships, you have to like see if you're going to make it beyond a certain point, because you start to actually see each other for real people. Like the rose colored glasses, a la that card, come off, and like you start to see who you actually are, right? Like sometimes an energy comes through these piles where I'm like, this person's not seeing you clearly, and y'all get excited like, oh, that's so cute, they think I'm perfect. No, it's not, because when someone doesn't see you as a real perfect, that real person, that means they don't see you as having flaws. And when they see them, it may not be the best thing, right? Because now it's like, oh, pile one isn't perfect, I don't want it, right? Not saying that's what's happening, but that's a potential. If anything, that's how this person thinks you'll react. Like, oh, I pop, like lemon cheesecake isn't perfect, I don't want it. That's how they're thinking you're seeing it. Like, oh, as soon as you see the shadow, because it's 12th house energy, right? Things that you hide, right? We have here concealment, right? Aspects of yourselves you're not privy to, shadows this person may not even realize they have, right? Because when you connect with other people, sometimes they hold the mirror up to you, and it's like this person may be realizing aspects of themselves they didn't even realize they didn't like, or that weren't favorable, just because they like you or are engaging you. Like, that's this pile. So even the lightest side, that's why this pile is so shadow dominant, because it feels like a person that realizes in connecting with someone else, specifically on a romantic level, like, ooh, I'm not perfect and this person's gonna see that, or I'm not perfect and this person sees that, right? All right, I like it. You know why? Because now the pile is a little bit lighter. The shadow, it is what it is. You know who you're asking about. But like, if you're asking about a crush or someone you're dating and it has not been bad, and you were like, okay, sticking around because you're not perfect, that's what it is. It's like the terror, because it feels like terror. I can laugh at y'all because it's funny to me. Like, this person's like horrified at the idea of you seeing their flaws, and that's the thing. All right, so let me keep doing these cards. What does the lemon cheesecake think how one feels for them, feels about them? I think I asked what's next in next move. Honestly, some of this person's probably gonna run for the hills because they're like horrified. On the worst sense, this is someone that's not ready for a connection at all. Like, they're afraid of being seen. Like, they're afraid of being seen. They're afraid of connecting, and that's the thing. And look, what did I keep saying? Like, you've got concealment, you've got deception. Oh, okay, deception, finances, and career. So some of you, this person's like being deceptive about like their finances and their career and all things like that. Okay, like, that's a thing. So just watch that, because I'm getting that. Like, something about that, they don't want you to know about their finances, they don't want you to know about their career. Or if there's been any deception, like if this person has lied about their finances or career at any point, they think about that and they think that you're going to hold that against them. I mean, probably should, but like, just something about the being deceptive as a relief. Like, it's kind of like sometimes I use the example of like, so when someone likes you and like they're trying to get to know you, they act real extra and they're like, oh yeah, I got it like that. Like Power One's definitely going to be interested in me because let me show Power One how much my life is together. Like I'm going to make sure Power One knows I got money and a good job, right? And like in a lot of instances, it's harmless if it's like, if the exaggeration isn't like exponential, right? But like, if somebody like outright lies about how much like stuff they have, then I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Also, I don't know, just something there's some sneaky energy on the table I don't care for. Okay, and you've got trust. So yeah, this person's like, the situation is calling for you to have faith. You have faith twice. Something about the energy on this table, this person does not seem to think that you see them as trustworthy. And in my mind, as the reader, I'm not digging for it. I'm wondering what happened or what they're doing to have it in their mind that you wouldn't or shouldn't see them as trustworthy, right? Because this is what they think you feel. So they think they're giving you red flags. They're probably giving you red flags, okay? Unless they're just chaotic and anxious, which is technically still a red flag because it may be someone that's not ready to connect with anyone until they kind of sort through their own stuff as an individual, okay? That's where we are. So let me pull here. Tell me more about what the lemon cheesecake, and I'll tell you after I pull from this deck. Let's just tell you now. My assessment of this person's personality, because remember, I channel energy, so when you get in their thoughts, I'm kind of stepping into what their frequency would be. Feels like a person that may be a little bit phony in nature, okay? A little bit sour, because feels like control issues. Like this is a person that cares a lot what people think of them, and it feels like a controlling of the narrative, like needing people to see them a very specific way, which is fine, but it feels very, very rigid. Like this is someone that will really lie, cheat, steal. I mean, in the worst sense. Not saying all of you, this person's like that, to like maintain how people see them, right? Okay. Because this deception regarding finances and career, it could be someone that has been deceptive towards you in your finances and career. Like this could be someone that has negatively impacted you here, right? This could be someone that lied about them and where they are in finances and career, but this could truly be someone that has negatively impacted you in your finances and or career. Okay, so watch that, because I get that here. Okay. And some of you, that's why I keep saying, you know who you're asking about. If you're asking about someone, you know you had this energy towards, like all of this energy, the shadow that I'm getting is truly you. And you know that you have been a shadow, because we're all like play varying roles in other people's lives. If you know you're asking about someone that would not even think favorably of you, to even have good thoughts that you would have towards them, come on. Then this is how they see you. And they might not even be concerned about how you think or feel about them if we're talking about somebody in that sense, because in their mind they don't care what you think because they see you in this way, right? When we have people that we don't see in a favorable light, obviously we're not thinking about, oh, I wonder what that person that I hate thinks of me. You know what I mean? At least like most people don't. I don't think most people do. If you do, that's not good. Stop. But that's some of the energy on the table. And like I said, the lightest sense is still someone that's really trying to like manipulate how you see them. So the only way I am like feeling good about this is if it's really, really new. And I say really, really new, I mean like honeymoon phase of a connection, as in maybe you're just now start moving in together, or like you're just meeting this person, and like, you know, when you like you're trying to like impress them, they're trying to impress you, and then you'll get to know each other and realize you have flaws, right? Some of you are at that point where you're getting to know each other and you're realizing you have flaws, and that's where this is. Okay. All right, well, let me get this card from here. I'll pull from that last deck and we'll close it out. There we go. Yeah, realizing you have flaws, because enchanted love feels like a fairy. It's that Neptune energy. It feels like a fairy tale. Like you see how she's looking at him. She doesn't see him as a real person in that image. Like she's like, yeah, he's perfect. He can do no wrong. That's like, right. That's the vibe here. It's right. A sacred bond that is divinely guided and harmonious. Okay. That's what it is. This person doesn't think you see, like if you think very, and this could truly not be a shadow pile, right? On the true lightest sense of the pile, this person just got severe anxiety, severe bad nerves, and you may be treating this person in a way that they're not used to being treated. Like if you are being very openly loving and affectionate and you know this person has flaws and you do see them clearly and you're still treating them great, this person is not used to that. They're like, Pile 1 has no idea who I truly am, how I am, and there's no way they see me clearly. I'm just waiting for them to realize that I'm not a good person. Like that's kind of what it is. And in some instances that's the case, but if you have somebody with a lot of trauma, right, with a lot of trauma, especially romantic based, like they're like, oh yeah, Pile 1's definitely not seeing me clearly if they're treating me this great. That's sad. Oh, well, the reality is if they can't get past it, this isn't a personal reading. It is what it is. Let me mind my business. Best part. If life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. So as I'm getting ready to close this soon, the lighter side of this pile, this person has a lot of trauma, a lot of baggage, or you, or both. And this person's like, despite all the trauma Pile 1 has, they're like treating me like this is the best thing ever. And they're still open and affectionate with me. I'm so grateful because I can tell that they love me despite their trauma. If this is a person with a lot of trauma, this person's like, despite me being a real person, Pile 1 is so good to me. There's no way they truly see me. Can't be. Waiting for them to realize they don't want all this baggage. And then, but they're super grateful, right? That's why we have affection and faith and appreciation. That this person feels really good about you. But they're like, I don't know what Pile 1 wants with me. Can't be. When they realize, they're gonna run. Okay, that's where this person's head is. Because some of you, this person thinks you're too good to be true, and you're treating them way better than they ever expected to be, or way better than they think they're deserving of. Okay, on the lightest of sense. So let me pull from this last deck, and then I'll get you some advice on what you need to do, because this is a pile that will absolutely need advice. The fact that my advice deck says a blockage of a banishing a curse. If it gets to be too much, obviously you have to look out for yourself depending on who you're asking about. Okay, so let me just get what is this person thinking? Like, what is the lemon cheesecake thinking? My pile number 1 feels about them. All right, incoming. Yeah, they feel like, on the lightest of sense, they feel like it's too good to be true. They're like, it's like a love song. Like, they're like, Pile 1 treats me so great. Can't be real. Can't see me as a true person. Because what did I ever do to deserve this good stuff? That's where it is. What I was going to say was, banish a curse in reverse. If this person can't get beyond their own confidence issues, issues with intimacy, whatever the anxiety is, then I don't know what to tell you. Divine timing. Okay, some of you, on a lighter sense, it's just going to take time, right? It's going to take time for this person to get used to being loved appropriately, if that's the thing, because there's traumatized energy. Some of you, it's going to take time for their guard to come down and for them to let you see who they truly are. Okay, right? Because even like some of the shadow of overly controlling how you see them, it's like takes time for them to adjust to being open completely, fully, without a mask. And then watching the shadow, because some of you, this person's like, I'm just gonna wait it out and then shoot my shot again, right? Or they may think you're gonna do that, where we have a negative history on the table. Okay, so let me get my advice for this pile and close you out, because it's longer than I wanted, but that happens sometimes. Okay, tell me my advice for my pile number 1. I like how the next move, right? Because what's next, right? Kind of slipped in, right? So next move is kind of like, give this person time for them to adjust to being loved. If you have that kind of time, I would never encourage any of you to like wait for somebody to get their lives together. If you're in a space where you're looking for something now, on that shadow side where you're asking about somebody that you probably should not be, again, waiting it out. Regardless, this feels like a pile of I'm gonna see what this is. It feels like a pile that the person you're asking about seems to think that there's a chance at some point in the future. Okay, all right, what's your advice? Change, confidence. Okay. Well, if it's you, we have the letter C 2 times, and I had the letter A 2 times, but change and confidence. So for you, your advice is to change and become more confident. If a lot of this energy is you, because some of you, this shadow is this person is seeing you. They may think you're self-conscious. They may think that, like, because it's always a polarity, right? So how they think you feel. Some of you where they don't think that you're gonna not want anything to do with them. They may think that you're waiting for them to run away from you. Waiting for them, yeah. Because I told you at the beginning this was a mirroring pile, and I hate the energy here. I really do, just because it's difficult to cut through. It's really foggy. It's like trying to drive on a foggy day. And that's this pile. It's not the worst pile, it's just a lot. I can't really see it, right? But change and find confidence. That's your advice. On the most shadow side, where this is a person that's truly just not going to get it together, or where there's true negative intent or deception and just bad blood. Spirit says leave it alone, let go, right? Because change, right? Shift, be more confident. One, so you're not attracting this kind of energy to you, and also like these types of people, but also like being more confident in yourself again, so you're not attracting these types of people. Okay, that's what you got. So change and be confident. I'll take the bottom and close it out for you. Safe travel. Yeah, I was gonna say, and then it slipped my mind when I was saying like change and be confident. Safe travel. Some of you is like move on, right? Like move on from this energy, where it's incredibly unstable, incredibly foggy, incredibly confusing. Okay. All right, so that is all I have for you today, pile number 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 2, my berry cheesecake. Let's see what your crush thinks you feel about them, any advice, and whatever could be next for you. For those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I read from a light and a shadow, which means good or bad, right? You just have to find yourself in a lesson in the journey, okay? And I don't know why I got lost and confused when I said that. I say that all the time. But like my intention I got really distracted. So this may be a loaded pile with a lot of different personalities and all the things, because I mean, leaving it generic, like berry, it could be strawberry, raspberry, right? Blackberry, technically. I mean, honestly, it could be cherries, whatever. I don't know. But something about the energy coming in. So I cleanse them backwards, right? I go from last to first. And then at the bottom here, I got prosperity. So something, about this person seeing you as prosperous, or thinking you see them as prosperous, or just something about prosperity overall. And then this guy here was like really wanting my attention, okay? And I don't know that I've ever pulled it before. So I've had this deck for years. I've been using it more frequently, but something about this card specifically with this butterfly, right? Just really want to be seen, and it's called courage. So maybe this person needing to be more courageous, thinking you need to be more courageous, or like they may feel like you feel they need to be more courageous, any of the things like that, because I haven't like locked in with the question completely, right? But I also want to make mention, like, you're actually in your right place, your right space for the pile. Like, I want to confirm that, because part of my cute little decoration that I have on the thumbnail, I have a little peacock hidden there. I actually do have a peacock reading. Why is that relevant? I'm really like looking at the colors here, right? You can see the shades. It's familiar to, right? It kind of reminds you a little bit of this crystal, right? So this is a peacock, or I think, and there is a peacock on the channel. So you go see, or if you've been picking the piles where that spirit animal has been popping up, more confirmation that you're in your right place, right space. All right, because there's been random like birds and all of that like following me on the channel. Like, I've been seeing dragonflies, I've been seeing peacocks, makes sense, but I've been also seeing like flamingos as well. So that's interesting. So let me just I feel optimistic about this pile. The energy in the air around the table feels very, very clean, very refreshed, like deep breath, sigh of relief. I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting when I tap in, because I'm tapping in with your crush, right? Because this is about what they think you feel. We haven't done that in a while. So what they think you feel. And they are that berry cheesecake. You are pile 2. That's how we're going to roll with it. So tell me what pile 2's crush thinks they feel about them. What is this berry cheesecake thinking my pile number 2 feels about them? Your card, please. What's the berry cheesecake? Okay. All right. I guess I'll take it. There is something. Okay. So I will say this. I don't know. Right? They feel like you're very sure, very certain about something. Right? Like something they can't shake. So when this person's thinking of you and they're thinking about how you feel, here, like this is a very, like they're very sure, very certain of whatever this energy is. Like they're very sure you see this in them, feel this for them. I'm excited, but who knows what kind of terror or chaotic energy could be in here. So let's hope for the best. All right. Spirituality and strength. Hey, more of that coloring. This actually feels like the peacock genuinely, right? Like it, yeah, because I mean, that's kind of the colors of a peacock. And here we go, a little bit, just a little bit, right? Cherry blossom. Hey, I didn't notice that. I know, like I'm excited because something about this pile, it's a great one. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, but you got the cherry blossom, right? So that could be relevant, but this is a Chinese. What are we talking about? The peacock. And I said it at 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So you're that group that keeps seeing that 444. Listen, I have a lot, if you're new, I have lots of readings. So go to what calls you. There's a lot of messages here for you. If you like the love readings, go for them. If you're open to the other messages, go to there as well. But I love it when I have these synchronicities because I'm not going to lie. This is the coloring, especially here, of the peacock. And that's why you've got that. All right. Well, spirituality and strength. The letter S could be relevant. They're very sure that you see them as spiritually sound. Like something about you in the energy you give them, they feel like you see them as very strong in spirit, very strong in like energy, like very, very strong presence. Okay. Like they're very confident in that. Like they're like, okay, well, Pile 2 definitely sees like a spiritual sense in me. Okay. A spiritual strength in me. Happiness. Oh, that's so sweet. And listen, I'm telling you, oh, you're that group. You're that group that, so this is a love reading and it makes sense. And I said that at 5 minutes, 55 seconds. You're the sweet group that really, I get it a lot. I get it a lot. I see a lot of like peacocks and bees. I see, like I have a deck that has like Oshun in it. So like you may have a lot of that energy around you, right? Like I'm not saying specifically Oshun, but like we talk about energy, right? When energy hits the table and like symbolism and how symbols are used to communicate with us, right? And making sure we're going where we're supposed to be going, doing the things we're supposed to be doing. You may be that group that's really aligned with like the peacock, bumblebee, maybe even a vulture, and like Oshun. Like I get that because look at that, right? Because it's the like golden, bronze, orange, yellow, right? We've got this happiness card. This person thinks they feel like you like them. They definitely do. Yeah, because you've even got beginnings upright. I say that because look, I got the bumblebee jasper. Is this bumblebee jasper? I do. I like to have the energy on the table when I'm doing like love readings for you guys, especially because you guys really need a lot of like love and care and healing with these types of readings based on the energy that comes out. Even in the good side, I like to keep a certain energy on the table just to help you. But yeah, so it's like it feels right, kind of like bumblebee like. So yeah, that was a neat little coincidence here. And then that's interesting that like I got that. That's a call to send you to those piles. Okay. But yeah, this person sees you, seeing them as like spiritually sound, as very happy, You make this person feel very good, very comfortable. I'll say that much just in general, because everything they're thinking of when they're thinking of how you feel about them makes them happy. Okay. I'm very connected to spirit, very connected to source. So let me get more energy on this person. Tell me about this berry cheesecake, please. Get a good shuffle. My berry cheesecake. What are they thinking? My pile number 2 feels about them. Okay. It's funny because I really don't know. Like, I always have random crystals on the table, but I specifically moved those ones. And honestly, that peacock orb is that peacock ore. I can't barely say that because I barely know what it is. I just was like, ooh, this is pretty. What is that? And they were like, that's what it is. I'm like, okay, sweet. And I got it. But like, that's new. Like last week new, right? Like, didn't exist on my table before. Let me see. Yeah, before then. So yeah, I mean, that was interesting. So let me see. Tell me what this very cheesecake is thinking that my pile number 2 feels about them. All right. I don't know why, but that's what I felt called to do. 6 of Cups. It's a shimmery deck. I know I may need to adjust the blinds, but that's okay. This is the 6 of Cups, okay? 6 of Cups. So it talks about childhood, talks about like past, could be past lives. So some of you, this person feels like one thing, they feel like you're on the same page, okay? This is a person that feels connected to you. Like, this isn't, I'm not saying I won't get a shadow. I don't see it, but I don't have one yet, and I'm not going to force it. Obviously, why would I do that? This is someone that feels very connected to you. So when I describe how they think you feel, they feel as equally like positive as you, right? So we want to know what they think you think, but they think very highly of you. Like, you make them feel good. They're like happy. This is a person that really misses you and all the things when you're away. But like 6 of Cups is like a reflection. So this person thinks about you a lot. Like, they reflect on you a lot. So like, if you're not around them, like if you don't live together, like if you're dating, when you go home, they think about you, and they think about how you see them. Like, how you see them makes this person feel so good. Like, this is a person that can tell, right? Now this is how you know if you're in your right pile, because sometimes you got to do that. Or maybe it's incoming energy for you. Maybe this is someone, maybe you're single, you don't have a person in mind, and this is what's next, because that happens, especially with the energy that kind of like led the reading. This is a person that can tell how much you care about them by how you look at them. And they're like, I can tell by how pile number 2 like sees me, and like, I just feel so good, and I feel so blessed to have a person that cares about me as much as pile 2. Okay, so I don't know why these 2 decided they want to be here. Yeah, we've got the Emperor. This person feels like you see them. Yeah, everything cleared up when I pulled out this Emperor card. You see it, no fog. Everything got really clear. So this person feels like you see them as like the Emperor, not gender specific. So like, if you're asking about someone more feminine in nature, pretend this is the Empress, right? But this is number 4, the Emperor. So like, the person's like, yeah, pile number 2 sees me as the Emperor. They see me as great. It makes me feel good. All of the stuff. Okay, right? Like, I can tell that pile 2 really enjoys being with me, is really interested in me, right? Has a lot of fun with me, feels comfortable in a childlike way with me. This is a great pile, which makes sense. But I mean, I love it. I love having readings like this. I love telling you guys things like this, okay? But this person sees you as very like, they see you, they feel like you see the best in them, and it's reciprocated by a lot. See how everything kind of cleared up? Look at you. We talked about that. We did. We talked about the Empress. So now I don't have to keep saying if you know, you're asking about someone feminine in nature, because the Empress is here. That's so sweet. I'm like a little shocked at this pile, in a good way, in a good way. So let me put this down. So we got the Emperor and the Empress. These are what you would consider to be divine counterparts. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. So like a beginning, a new beginning with someone, like, right? But look at you and this person. I love that. I'm so glad that Pao 2 came. I'm like, you keep coming back. You're welcome here. You just keep coming back, Pao 2. I love the energy because like I really don't like to have 3 heavy shadow piles. I do it because it's necessary and people need information and all the things, but this gives me a break, right? Like it's not heavy, it feels good when I channel, improves my day when I'm done because I know that I've given a positive message. Look at you, the Emperor, the Empress. This person sees you too as the Emperor and the Empress, and they feel like you see them as like the Emperor, Empress, right? Like, so they see you two as counterparts and they feel like you see it as well. That's so sweet. I love it. And they were, like I said, I mentioned all of the like yellow and all of the things. So definitely a very sweet, pure energy on the table. I mean, I don't need to pull any more cards. This person sees you as amazing. They think you see them as amazing. And they're so grateful to have found someone that like sees them as amazing, that they know is amazing as well. Makes me happy. Why? Okay, this wasn't a deck that was supposed to be on the table, but I will pull from it. I'll pull from it. What does the berry cheesecake think? I'm just gonna pull one because look at me, I'm like, this wasn't supposed to be on the table. And it's funny because I must have been already knowing I was gonna pull from this deck. I said at 14 minutes, 14 seconds. So you're definitely seeing repeating numbers, okay? You're seeing repeating numbers. So I must have known I was going to pull from that deck because every deck that I'm supposed to use, I moved it over to the right side. So there's a huge tall stack over here on the right side. And so I was wondering why I did that. And then by me, I guess being used to going left, I grabbed this deck, which is not supposed to be in the reading. So tell me what this berry cheesecake thinks pile number 2 feels about them. Let me see. Give me the 1 card, please. Since this deck is not supposed to be on the table. Next time I'll move it off the table because it's not supposed to be on the table. I saw that card. So there's an incoming energy of the cross. So cross could be burdens, right? It could be struggle. It could be challenges. And I don't know how that would apply. Like they may think you see them as a bit of a challenge. But in a good way, right? Because we have that spirituality card here. So like when we talk about like faith and like this person, like that connection to spirit is being a huge thing. And the bouquet, yeah, okay, that's a good energy. I'm not so this person feels like you see them as someone that you would really be like loyal and committed to. Right, like the cross and bouquet is someone you're very committed to, someone like you cherish, someone you like support, someone you take care of, because a bouquet is like a gift, so like it's like an offering. So like right, someone that through thick and thin kind of energy, like someone that would really support them in the best of times, worst of times. Like they feel like that's how you see them. Like they feel like you're locked in completely, and they feel like they're really grateful for that. Look at that. That's so sweet on the table. But I don't like it when these decks decide they want to be on the table when I don't have time for all that. So let me keep pulling these cards. Tell me more about what this berry cheesecake feels, that my pile number 2 feels about them. All right. We've got, and that flew like unnaturally so. Like this flew almost like somebody snatched it out of the deck. It would be unnerving if I wasn't me. So step out of your comfort zone. So they're feeling like, so they're thinking you feel like they need to step out of their comfort zone, right? North Node. So I mentioned six of Cups being like past life. This is someone that feels that you feel like you two could be on a journey together. Like everything I'm saying about this is mutual, by the way. They may think you're whatever. If there are challenges, like if you're connected, because I read all connections as well. So this is someone you're connected with, you're interacting with. Whatever challenges you may have in connection, they think that you feel they're making it harder than it needs to be, right? Regardless of the stage, and that if they would just be willing to grow and evolve, it'd be fine. Okay, that's what we've got. So let me see here. New romantic cycle begins. I mean, they feel like you're all in and they feel like they're all in. So, I mean, if this is a true crush, I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. That's good enough. You can see here. Yeah, that's fine. Look at that. Look at that beautiful counterpart. And, like, I mean, I don't know. I guess the next move would be like to step out of the comfort zone and go for it. Cause I mean, that's what we have on the table. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know why I'm still pulling cards for this reading. So let me just keep going, because if I can make this shorter, I will. Tell me more about what this berry cheesecake. I say that while loving sitting in the energy. So sometimes when the energy is great, I drag it a little bit because I like to sit in the energy versus sitting in, because the longer piles are usually not, I don't want to say that because I don't want to throw you off and make you not pick piles, because some of you are manipulative like that. You'll see a long pile after I say, oh, the long ones are typically have a lot of baggage, and you won't pick it even though it's your right pile, and you might miss a real message that's even good. Because I mean, every shadow pile still has a light to it now, you know, just maybe a dominant shadow energy. Maybe the shadows you're past in some instances. All right. Let me see. I'm struggling to get this. But yeah, sometimes, sorry, I don't mean to knock that. Sometimes I drag these lighter piles just to give myself an energetic break. Okay. Berry cheesecake. What's the berry cheesecake thinking? How to feel about them? There we go. The bottom, we've got Mercury. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Okay, look at you. Love this energy. They feel like you two are on the same page, right? Like Mercury is planet of communication, of intellect, of the mind, of being like-minded, right? Connecting on a mental level. And obviously it rules the signs of like Virgo and Gemini. So I don't know, just something about, like, I don't know, they feel like you two think a lot alike. They feel like you feel you're on the same page mentally. So I don't know what that means. But we've got the house 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. I love that life mission is going to go next to the North Node, right? Because your 10th house is heavily, like, it's not key to your North Node, but like your career, your social status, your public perception, reputation is usually hand in hand with your North Node, right? But this person thinks very, very highly of you, and they feel you feel high, like that you see them in the same light. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Some of you, because this feels like a sequence, this person feels like they think you think, right? They think you think that something about a burden and hardship or making things harder, growing, evolving, stepping out of a comfort zone, possibly related to like your career, okay? Social status, reputation, all of those things associated with that house, okay? So that could be something they're thinking about or they think is on your mind regarding them, okay? That's a thing. So yeah, let's hop into these love decks. Let me see what's going on. Tell me more about what this berry cheesecake, what do they think, how to feel about them, and any possible advice. I was trying to see a next move. I mean, the next move is to connect deeper, I guess. I don't know how or where, but it could be communication based. But I mean, I don't really know how or where, because I was trying to make sure I answer all of the questions as well. Clarity, yeah. So we got, yeah, I mean, the table is as clear as it gets, right? So it says someone finally sees the answer that was always right in front of their eyes. The vision is clear, therefore what is to come shall be clear too. Something about clarity. They feel like you see them clearly. They feel like you think they see you clearly, right? Like it's something about clarity, right? Which Mercury also rules. So we've got annoyance. You or your partner may be annoyed right now. Give each other space to cool off to avoid more arguments. So something about confusion. There could be confusion. I don't know where that comes from. It's like some sort of clarity regarding an annoyance or something that's troubling you, troubling them. Okay, so that, like, they feel like you see something clearly that's bothering them, right? Like where they're having troubles, they feel like you see it clearly. Okay, like you're clearly seeing and identifying potential issues in whatever conversations you're having. Okay, that's the thing that they're thinking of. They're grateful that you provide clarity where that applies. This is the same couple from a different world. That's the TV show. I don't know. I never call that out, but something about that couple from a different world. I think that's the show. Look at me. I can't even remember because I'm channeling. It's a show. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 2. What is this blurry cheesecake thinking that my pile number 2 feels about them? This person seems to be grateful that you are interested in, I heard the words, or are still willing to grow with them despite their limitations, right? When we talk about North Node looking ahead, 6 of Cups is a past. You finding harmony with them, or feel like you feel you would be able to harmonize with them anyway, despite any annoying traits they have, right? Like this person feels like you see their shadow very, very clearly, and you would like it still works, if that makes sense. So tell me what this berry cheesecake thinks my pile number 2 feels about them. I need to get a good shuffle because these are sticky. Some of you, this person's something about being stuck together in a good way, okay? I don't have a shadow. So if you're picking this pile, right, because of how it came in initially, if you're picking this pile, you're like, I don't know, this don't make sense. Because sometimes y'all get in the comments and it's fine. Sometimes y'all are like, oh, I don't know, this don't make sense. If you were genuinely called to this energy, and it like made sense as I started to talk about it, especially in the beginning, if you came from the piles I told you to, like I mentioned, right, the symbols and all the things, this could very well be incoming energy. I remember I read past, I read present, as well as incoming. So if you're one of those people that's like, I just watch these for fun and you're my favorite reader, so I support you and I love your support, so thank you. But this is like not a energy that's really possible right now. Like you're not engaging anyone, you're not looking to engage anyone or whatever, because I got that. Like this could be an unattached pile, right? Like this is it's a pile of connecting, like beginning to connect, deeply connecting, or completely unattached. This is what's coming. Okay, I love that for you. Look at you. Every now and then my unattached group steps in, and I like that for you. So tell me what this berry cheesecake. Okay, I'll take that one and this one. What I said, we've got chemistry. Strong magnetic attraction here. It's a person that feels like you two are really attracted to each other. What's this annoyance energy? Romantic feelings. The feelings are real and worth exploring. Some of you, this person thinks you feel annoyed with them where any conflict happens, right? So if this is when we talk about romantic feelings and exploring them, where you hold back, that annoys this person. Okay, some of you, slight shadow, it's just kind of an incompatibility. I don't want to use that word, that's not true. A slight miscommunication with love languages. This person doesn't like the way you express or don't express effectively the way you feel. Okay, like, or they feel like you're annoyed with them based on the way that they do that. Okay, that could be a thing. Oh yeah, because now all of a sudden my throat started to itch, like a scratchy itch, like allergy itch. Ooh, as soon as I said that, that's what happened just now, and I'm fine. You know, I haven't had a rasp, I haven't had the weird thing at all. So like there's no communication issues here, so at least not from you, because we're talking, you know, like it feels fine. So where there's weird communication things, or a lack of expression, or just a weird energy at all, like this person's thinking you're annoyed about that, okay, or that you find that annoying or something like that. But we do have worth waiting for. Okay, divine timing is at work in your love life. So they think, they think you're locked in. They feel like they're locked in. for the long haul, like long term, right? This person feels like you'll be patient with them, right? Like they feel like you'll be patient with them. They're hoping that at least. And they feel like you feel they'll be patient with you. It's mutual, by the way, mutual. We got the scales here, right? We got the scales and counterparts. Not even having to be gender specific. That's just how they are in tarot, right? So I'll pull from this last deck and then I'll get your advice and we'll close it out. I split the deck. Oh, look. So I went from nothing wrong with my throat to my throat got really itchy. Then I got a little rasp right when I got this. Yeah. The future and electric touch. And then captured flip. So there could be some miscommunication here in regards, especially if it's like early, like if this is like a crush and like you're trying to get to know each other, it could be very well be that. I find that most of you that are really confused like that, it's people you're trying to get to know. So the deck, you got romance, and then let me get a good shuffle. Let me see. You know what I'll do? I'll pull here and just try to see what's next. What's next for my pile number 2? Let me see what's next. Let me ask it explicitly. There we go. A maturing energy. So this is something that's already, I heard the words already in the works. I was going to say like already like in motion, like happening or in progress with you guys. So let me see. And it will be related to patience and worth waiting for. Okay. Separate. Okay. So there will be distance. There will be a little bit of distance. Okay. Person, in Six of Cups talks about missing someone. So there will be a little bit of a missing energy. Okay. Let me see, it's at the bottom. Yeah, you got divine timing. So a little bit of space for divine timing. Where that's applicable. So when we talk about what's next, separate doesn't have to be complete separation. It could truly just be a slower pace. Because this feels like a not really going anywhere in a good way. So when we talk about those unattached groups, right, where you're not connected to anyone, where I mentioned this might be incoming energy for you, this is your confirmation, right, that you single. Separate. There's nothing here. Empty space that'll be filled in divine timing. And that's your confirmation for those of you that like to like question me all the time, because underneath that is yes. Okay. We did have a red rose that may be if it's a rose, it's most likely a secret admirer reading. So your red rose somewhere on the channel may give you clarity on who is coming in. Okay. A red rose somewhere. And then, but yes, in divine timing for my singles. Those of you where you're talking about a crush, especially if like they're I mean, it's about to be like what it's the time of year where people start like taking trips and going on vacation and all the things. Even if not, y'all are working and you have lives, if there's space between you and a crush because whatever reason, we have separation, divine timing, but worth waiting for a slow pace, okay? Because this feels a slow pace, long term, okay? Now let me get my advice so I can close out this great energy. Great energy. Tell me about my pile number 2. My pile number 2. What is my advice for my pile number 2? I want 2 cards because I was like, oh, I wonder what that's gonna be, and I don't know what this is gonna be, but it made me anxious. So this is, maybe it'll make you anxious. I don't know, but it made me anxious. So let me get my other advice and we'll take the bottom because something about this, there we go. Incoming energy of protection. I don't know why that's a thing. Oh, I do know why it's a thing. It landed on happiness and worth waiting for. So something about be happy, it's worth waiting for, protection. So like if you're worried about the connection, I mean, you're fine. Like I don't know why you would be worried about the connection, because I'm not digging enough to see what stages of connection where that would be applicable. But if you're worried about the connection, incoming energy of protection. So whatever You have protection, okay? I don't know why that's a thing, but that your advice is to be protected, feel protected. It's protected. What's this anxiety here? Banish a curse. Well, look at you. Banish a curse. And it, you know. So, I mean, I don't know. Your advice is to be protected and to banish a curse. So that makes more sense if you're single. Like if you like, oh, that's not me. Well, like ground your energy, be protected. Separate from where you need to, where it's not good, where you have annoying instances. Like banish a curse, like clear energy, right? Like clear energy within yourself, like traits, personality, all the things, and the types of people that maybe, you know, you have around or historically did or deal with on a romantic level. Like it's just saying to like be protective and be mindful of, like, I heard the words company you keep, but of just the energy you allow yourself to sit in. Okay, that's the thing. So be protected, banish a curse, and defense. Okay, yeah, I mean, be adamant. Like some of you, it's about being adamant. Okay, being not defensive in like a shadow, because these three feel like shadow cards, right? But protection, banish a curse, and defense feels more like boundaries, and also like going after you want or engaging where you want. So defense feels like reacting where you need to, okay? Especially where you're guarded. So that's the advice. That's the advice. All right. I'm going to close it out because I'm getting a throat thing, and I'm not going to keep sitting in this energy, not at the throat. Wherever your insecurities are, or the person you're asking about insecurities are, I may have started to touch on it at the end because then I got the rasp, which makes no sense. So I'm closing it out. I'm closing it out. That is all I have for you today, pile number 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post there on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3, my caramel cheesecake. Let's see where your crush thinks you feel about them. Any advice, and we're gonna see what's next, potentially, right? For those of you that are new, I read past, present, and incoming energy, and I often read from a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey, okay? So here's the thing about this pile. Like as soon as I looked at the thumbnail to look at your cheesecake, I'm like hearing the words something extra. So something extra regarding you or this person. It is the more enriched of the desserts, I'll say. Something about restructuring, something about changing things around, something about a different approach. If you watch any of the previous piles, you'll see the table looks a little bit different because I had to shift the angle. I had to move some stuff around, like not a lot, but just enough to where I notice. So I know that the angle is going to be different. So something about a different angle, okay? Something about a different angle. And like when I said that and paused, is 1 minute and 11 seconds into your reading, okay? So that I'm hitting on something with this channeled energy. All right, at the bottom you have joy, okay? How do you say that? Gerbera, okay, Daisy. Some of you might have children. Some of you may have like fresh children, because I was thinking like Gerber, like baby. And then I see Pearl, Emperor. Those could be themes, okay? So those will also be confirmations for some of you. I love it. I love it. So let me see. Tell me more about... You will be called pile 3. The person you're asking about is the caramel cheesecake. I'm getting a throat thing. This may be my pile that struggles with communication. This may be my pile that is a little shy. I heard the word shy. Some of you may be coming from the previous pile because I got that energy a little bit towards the end, and I took a break between them, so it should not be the thing. Okay. Tell me more about my pile number 3. What is the caramel cheesecake thinking that my pile number 3 feels about them? I don't feel rushed to get this card, so I don't know what's gonna come out, but We'll see. So my caramel cheesecake, what is the caramel cheesecake thinking my pile number 3 feels about them? Something about slow moving, slow pace, okay? We've got protection, which is eucalyptus. And then we've got compassion. So we've got monarch and elder. So someone here could be a little older. This may be my mature pile, but something here feels like a maturity, right? But protection, compassion. This person feels like you offer them protection, like you offer them compassion. Like, I don't know what that means or where that would apply, but just something about your energy. They feel like, they think you feel very protective and compassionate towards them. Okay. It's interesting. Let me see. Okay. It's at the bottom. Prosperity. Yeah, they feel really good. They feel really good. They think you feel really good. They feel like you see them as the ideal partner in a good way. Like, not in a, oh, they think they're great in like ego. It feels like this person is very protective over you, compassionate over you, and they feel like you know that, right? Like, they feel like you realize that they're protective, that they're compassionate, and that there's a certain level of prosperity that they operate from. Because prosperity could be material, but also could be mental, spiritual, emotional, right? This person seems to believe that you feel that they're trying to be the best version of themselves for you, or at least with you in mind, because they should be doing that for themselves, right? But like, they feel like you know what I mean? Like, you impact that. So let me see the tarot. What's the caramel cheesecake thinking that my pile number 3 feels about them? Something about the energy is a little quiet, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't feel pressure to like sometimes I like repeat to make sure I'm channeling, but here I'm just kind of patiently, quietly waiting for my cards to come versus calling it out like I normally do. So what's that about? Wheel of Fortune. And that's a maturing energy, by the way. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about turning. I heard turning of events, but I don't even think that's a real phrase. It feels like things changing for the better, right? Protection, compassion, prosperity. Like, they feel like you see them as becoming more prosperous over time. Like, right? Like, getting better with time, getting better with age, growing and evolving with maturity. Like, that's how they feel you see them. Okay. Yeah, I just saw the Emperor. Very strong, very powerful energy. Like, this person, like, they feel you see them as powerful. It's a huge ego boost, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a gender thing. This person feels you see them as powerful, and they like that. We got the Fool. It just says the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcana at the top. It's the number 0. That's why. But this is the Fool. Something about a new beginning, right? Like, the Wheel of Fortune turning for the best towards a new adventure, right? Like, they feel like you see them as a new adventure, not in a like a fleeting way, but in a, oh, this is a journey. So regardless of the stage of the connection, right? I refer all connections. So this could be truly a pure crush like we intend, or this could be like your partner. And something about whatever energy you and or them or both of you are in, it feels like a new era of the connection, whether it's truly just a new connection or evolution of a connection for the better, right? Feeling very fortunate for a new journey together, whether like you're like moving, whether you're starting a new adventure, a new era of life. I think I mentioned earlier, like possibly like becoming parents, or again, right, whatever the thing is. That's this person feels like, this person thinks you're feeling very optimistic about that, very fortunate about the evolution of the connection and where you're going together. It's so sweet. Look at it. Where's the shadow? Look at me. I'm like, where's the bad stuff? I don't see it. The only potential shadow would be where there may be negative influences around one or both of you, or just you two together, because the protection is here. So like something about this person's energy is very, very protective, and like they're feeling like, in my mind, right, as the reader, like as I'm interpreting this, in order for them to feel or think you know how protective they are, there has to be some sort of an instance or a need for you to feel protected. You know what I'm saying? Like a need for you to feel protected, a need for you to feel like, you know, this person's got you like that. I don't know what's going on, but that's the thing, okay? All right, well, let me keep pulling these cards. Okay, maturing. Eight of Swords. Stuck energy. I heard that that's like sprung energy. So for this pile, because the Eight of Swords, it talks about holding yourself back, pretending you don't see a way out and all the things. Now that could be how this person is seeing you and why they feel protected. Like that could be slipping in. But the Eight of Swords in the most healthy sense is, I'm not going anywhere. I know exactly where I want to be. There's no reason to look around or explore options, right? So this person thinks you feel that way, but it is definitely mutual, okay? Like this is a mutual pile. I'm not getting a heavy, I don't know who's feeling what, right? Like this person feels comfortable and confident in knowing how you feel, okay? If anything, that Eight of Swords feels like this person thinks you feel you see where they're lacking, and vice versa. Like you, like the protective energy where they feel like they're protective and you're like, there's an equal level of protection here, or it could be one or both. Whoever the protection is or protected in, that Eight of Swords is someone not being able to see and someone being able to see for them, if that makes sense. Like that's what I'm getting. Like, so basically, like if you're walking and you're not paying attention and you trip, like this person already saw what you tripped over, kind of a analogy. That's a thing. Okay. So let's see. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like support. It feels like support. Like they think you feel supported by them and feel supportive of them as well. Okay. The Six of Pentacles is like community support. It's charity work. Like one word, like couple of words to describe that card: charity work. So it feels like someone that is of service, someone is supportive of somewhere where they're lacking. Because I mentioned that with the Eight of Swords, like where their blind spots you can see, your blind spots they can see, right? That's the thing. Okay. And balancing each other out in that way. Okay, well, let me keep pulling these cards. Tell me more about my pile number 3. What is the caramel cheesecake thinking that my pile number 3 feels about them? Any advice? What's next? Feels like ride or die energy on both sides. I like this pile because it feels like a strong, like, I got you, you got me kind of a vibe, okay? Tell me more. Oh no, that's a lot. We got conclusions are within reach. Don't let your past hold you back. What do you need to release? And a win-win outcome. Yeah, it feels like I got you, you got me energy, but there is a heavy energy that just tried to slip in. Not that I don't feel like reading it, but I don't want 3 cards from this deck. I'm only taking 1. So tell me, this feels like a serious relationship or someone that's trajecting or trending to be serious, right? Like this feels like meeting someone you're really compatible with, and then yeah, conclusion over within reach, full moon eclipse. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so they were like, okay, you're not going to take all of it. We'll take some of them. Felt like a compromise. So this person thinks you feel like something regarding a compromise. Six of Pentacles could also be a compromise. So something about a compromise, but in the best way, right? Like where you're when you cooperate with one another to make sure that it works. We've got that, especially since full moon in Libra, win-win outcome is forecast. Now, this is a pile where you may be real time or maybe talking about something recent past, because we had a full moon eclipse. It was a full moon in Libra not that long ago. I actually have readings up. Go back to those readings. I think I have the skeleton. I think it was a skeleton key reading. It had the blue banner, right? The blue banner and the skeleton key reading with the water and the sun. I think I did that during this eclipse. So go back to that reading. Okay. If you go and pick a pile from that reading, you'll find some clarity there. Specifically, so just because that's the reading I did during that eclipse, okay? If you're watching this real time. So even if you're not, because these are timeless messages, I've been called to do my readings when I'm called to do them, but messages are going to resonate whenever you find it. I promise. I don't just say that for views. It's the truth. So full moon eclipse, full moon in Libra, is probably somewhere in the description box of that video. I do have a playlist for my skeleton key readings. It's a very distinct thumbnail. It's the one with the blue banner, okay, and the water. So you have a pile there. But conclusions are within reach. A win-win outcome is forecast. This feels final. This person feels like whatever compromise is necessary, you're willing to do it. They feel like you're feeling willing to compromise where you need to. And they've already, like, because we're looking like what's next, they already know like whatever compromises they need to make, they're gonna do it. So I don't know what that's all about, but I see it 3 times, okay? And conclusions are within reach are very final. Honestly, some of you, if you're asking about your partner already, or just someone you have in mind, something during this specific eclipse was a trigger in some way. I don't know, but it was very confirming for this person on how they're going to proceed, okay? Now, I'm not gonna lie. A light shadow stepped in where needs aren't being met. Like, I know some of you be like, oh, here she comes with a shadow. I promise you'll know very clearly if you're on this side, because nothing, honestly, up until this point will even resonate if you're on the shadow, because this feels like okay, it's not going to work. Holding each other back, it's not going to work. So if everything I'm talking about now doesn't resonate, maybe it's an incoming connection and the shadow is what you were trying to ask about. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's the light shadow. Now, why is it that a thing? So in the previous pile, I shifted everything over to this right side, and then I was called to pull from a deck that I'm not supposed to be pulling from today. Got the Lily. I mean, there's gonna be something about commitment, because this is kind of love and sensual energy, and this is commitment. So something about a commitment, a deepening of one. You should not be confused. The reality is for this group, like, there's no confusion. And I know, like, I've made reference to, like, if you're confusing, you're already closer to the shadow, but I mean, that's the reality, because when you're comfortable, when you're confident, when you're certain about a connection, like, you're comfortable, confident, and certain about connection, you shouldn't be all confused about a partner that is yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say that. It's fine at the crush stage and all the things, just figure it out. But like, some of you come here with attachments, and it's like, you should not be this confused, you know, by somebody that you're dealing with regularly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we got the Ankh. And kind of pay attention to what you're hearing and seeing, because the Ankh is a closing of a cycle. So I'm not going to make this a huge shadow pile. I'm actually going to clear that. But there's a message here. So something about taking things to the next level, next era. I mentioned the beginning of a new era, a new cycle in a connection, or beginning a new era cycle in one another's lives as a connection, right? Like if you met somebody and all the things. So tell me, why does this deck want to speak? What is the caramel cheesecake? Okay. the book. And we have alchemy here. So yeah, I mean, that's transformation of an energy, right? Like alchemy talks about gaining knowledge, wisdom, transforming things, right? When you alchemize something, it's a transformation, right? A shifting of circumstances. It talks about a shifting of circumstances. So this person may feel like you think you can help them shift their circumstances. I'm talking too much, or maybe, you know, they think that they feel, look, I can't even get my words together. They think you feel you can do that for them or whatever, right? Because that's what we have here, right? We've got the book of alchemy coming out. And then the writer, which keeps coming out a lot. I don't know where y'all are headed or where, you know, the people are asking about are headed, but I see the writer a lot, okay? But the book on how to proceed, right? So something about a book or acquiring knowledge on how to proceed. So that may be what's next. Because I think I was trying to go there, right? Conclusions are within reach. A win-win outcome is forecast. This person trying to figure out what's the next course of action based on the level of, I was going to say development, could be, but the stage of the connection. Okay. Let me get this because this is starting to fade. This is starting to fade out. Give me a second. There we go. All right, this caramel cheesecake. Yeah, something about gaining knowledge, figuring things out, how to proceed. That's the next course of action here. So let me pull from these this other deck, and then we'll close it out with those love readings and some advice. Tell me more about my pile number 3. What's the caramel cheesecake thinking that my pile number 3 feels about them? Any advice and potential action? So it's going to be regarding compromise. It's going to be regarding a win-win outcome. We've got water. I mentioned going to that skeleton key reading because we have water here. And that's probably the moon, but the thumbnail with the skeleton key looks a little bit like this, except there is a sun on it. So my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But it talks about spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Okay, you've got compassion 2 times. Ooh, you're that group that needs to be told things multiple times. Compassion. Look at you. Okay, so I'll put this down and we'll see what that is regarding compromise. Even if you're like unattached, because like some of you pick these piles and you're unattached, like this time period, this full moon eclipse in Libra is going to lead to whoever this is incoming. Okay, because I do, when we talk about crushes, yes, some of you have a crush, some of you are already connected in some way, but some of you truly are like, let me see, this is my favorite reader, I watched the 9 love readings. I know some of you are like, oh, I watched the 9 love readings, let me see what she's talking about when it comes to love so I can maybe have a heads up. Well, this, you know, you have something nice coming in, but whatever happened during the eclipse was definitely something that will eventually lead you there. Okay. South node, destined to release. So you may have broke up with somebody, you might have left something, look, I'm like, oh, you might have left somebody alone, I don't know what's going on, but here something happened, destined to release. Some of you maybe just closed a major cycle. It was a huge, I mean, it was an eclipse, you know what I mean, like, and there was a solar eclipse right after that. So some of you, okay, I'll take it because I'm trying to slide these cards. Because Venus actually rules Libra, okay? To give and receive love, find value, see beauty. Something about this eclipse, I'm honestly, for my crushes and connections, something happened here that really made this person value, or they think happened that made you value. I don't know. But I'm in this person's head right now. So it's there's something happened that made them value like connection, right? Because Libra talks about partnerships, relationships. Right? This is actually formal relationships. It rules actual marriage. So something about whatever happened around that eclipse made this person be like, start thinking about you even more than they normally would. Okay. Whether that is the shadow of the ending because holding each other back, or if it's just truly like ending of a cycle and beginning one with you to like evolve, right? Like, okay, this is what we were doing, but let's take it up a notch and be more committed, more serious with one another. I said it at 22 minutes, 33 seconds of your pal. So I'm hitting on something. I'm hitting on something, especially when we talk about reflecting on the past with the South Node, right? Where you want to go, where you want to be, how stable you want to be. Because Venus as a planet rules both the 7th house and the 2nd house. So 2nd house is assets, being grounded, self-worth, self-value, things that we value on a material sense. And then we also talk about the 7th house of just connection, our legal connections, right? That's where this person's head is. Okay. Especially if you're like at a more serious stage, whatever decisions you have to make as a couple about your future, they're feeling very comfortable and confident about you two being able to do that together and compromise. Okay. That's where we're headed with this. I say headed, so this may be incoming for some of you. You may not even realize, but that's me. There we go. Yeah, clearly. I'm pulling from all kinds of decks I did not mean to. Blood Moon here is a rebirth. Okay, some of you, this is a rebirth of a connection. Some of you are getting back together with an ex. I don't like to lead with that, but you are. Some of you, a partner that you had disputes with, like you're working it out. Some of you, you're just at crossroads as a connection. That's probably why I'm sending you to the skeleton key reading. It's crossroad energy. You and your partner may have to decide, like, okay, what are we going to do? Like, are we going to, because Fool is a brand new journey. This is the closing of something, right? Rebirth could be a whole new life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, but something may have to change, and this person feels comfortable that you also are comfortable in whatever the change is going to have to be. Whether it's a close of a cycle because it's not working because you're holding each other back in some way, or if it's like evolving beyond whatever limitations and compromising so that whatever limitations are no longer there. Okay. Let me see what this is here. So tell me what this crush is thinking. My pile number 3 feels. Okay, that's an incoming. I almost called it a reversal, but just the way that I'm holding it, you know, naturally. Okay. I'll read it as both because the shadow is there's not a renewal, right? It's not going to work, especially if it's something you tried to rekindle or trying to push past, not going to work for the best, and realizing that and it being fine, but incoming energy of a renewal. So we got a blue moon, so a rare opportunity, right? We got a rare opportunity of an incoming energy of renewal here. I don't know why all these decks want to talk to this pile, but it's here, okay? And then we've got a Virgo healing energy, okay? All right, well, I'm gonna put you here. The healer, renew. Something about being, okay, protection, compassion, healing, renewing energy. All things this person associates with you. All things this person thinks you feel associate with any connection with them. Okay, that's what they see. Those are all things. But a rare opportunity for renewal and healing. All right, well, let me pull from these other love decks. This is a great pile, and everything that I'm talking about with like the labels, I don't want to drag it out if I don't have to, because I really didn't want to be here all day. I didn't. Okay. I got attraction and honeymoon, so those could be relevant things. So tell me about this pile number 3. What is a caramel cheesecake thinking that my pile 3 feels about them? There we go. Yeah, I mean, I said it. I definitely said it. You got wedding. That's the sign in the planet in the house that rules this right here. So the situation involves marriage. So if that's the next step, there will be conversations about it for sure. Okay, for better, for worse, because we've got to express your love. So expression is conversations, because I'm not going to ignore the shadow. I'm not going to lead with it. I'm not going to let it dominate the power, but it's there because it's, I say shadow, but it doesn't feel like a bad shadow. It just feels like people going different directions in life. Okay. But the majority of you're going to the same place. You feel really connected, really committed. You're compromising. You're working really well together, or you will, or you're planning, or this person just feels that you two are on the same page because they're liking what they feel you think on the best side of this pile. But I mean, they feel like you're serious about them. Okay, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay. So they feel like, right? They feel like you're sure, you're confident. So they either feel like you've been doing a really good job of expressing how serious you are, and if you know it's not true, then they're thinking you feel like you could be doing better, or they could be doing better about expressing how serious they are. Okay, like that's what we got. Okay. All right, so let me get ready to close this out. I see emotional support. Some of you, the next move is to express, is that expression of a desire to pursue or commit or further a connection. Because we've got that. Tell me more. What is the caramel cheesecake thinking that my pile number 3 feels for them? All right. I think it's like 2 or 3 cards, so we'll take it. It's a stack. Sweet song. Soulmates often use I've said messages, so messages may be a thing, okay? Soulmates often use music and songs as telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. So they think about you a lot. They feel like you're on the same page. They feel like you have like a telepathic connection, okay? This is a person that thinks you feel exactly what they feel. They feel like you think exactly what they think. Right? Like they feel like they know exactly what you think. Like this is a person that if they wouldn't watch these, or if they did watch these types of readings, they would pick it fully knowing like, yep, I know that's exactly what they think, because that's what I think too, kind of a vibe. And then you got, falling in love and breakup. So that's the two polarities, right? One side is gonna separate, right? Time apart is on the horizon, maybe short term, long term. One side is falling in love or deeper in love, right? The feeling of falling in love, it's one of a kind. Know that it's safe for you to love. We got safe and protection here. Some of you, the space, if their space is making them fall deeper, right? Or they feel like the space between the two of you is like making you more interested. Could be. Okay. If you two have that weird energy where you like know what each other thinks, like, you know, like there's certain connections, and it's not always romantic. Sometimes it's like siblings. Sometimes it's like platonic, where like you think of somebody and then they call you. Like you may have that relationship with this person. This person may feel your energy. I don't know why that's coming through, but I feel like this person thinks they feel your energy, or they think you feel theirs. Yeah, so both. I got 2 toots. Hopefully you heard that, like, because I don't get that many toots outside in the garage. I don't get that many. So, right? So, like, maybe through music, maybe through signs. I don't know. So let me pull from this last love deck, and then I'll get your advice. I split the deck. Okay, so I do have loyalty and I have single. So if this is pure crush, this is confirmation. This might be my first pile where I gotta like clear pure crush. Like I get the unattached, I get the relationships, but I think the pure crush, I mean, it comes through, but like it was dominant here. Okay. Some of you on the shadow, that was a call of wanting to be single, right? Or needing to be single, because you know, sometimes when you connect with somebody, it's not always a wanting to be single. Sometimes it's necessary for whatever, you know, whatever they're working on, you're working on. All right, what does the caramel cheesecake think my pile number 3 feels? Then we'll get the advice. I don't know what that is. Well, we got wedding and we got proposal. They may think, okay, some of them think that you think they're playing games. Give me a second, I gotta get this card. Okay, yeah, some of them think you're thinking they're playing games, especially with ecstasy. There was a really sensual energy that stepped in, and they may want to confirm that, or they may feel you need them to confirm that they're serious. Because some of you, this person, feels like they need to confirm if you're serious. Others of you, feel like they're thinking they need to confirm to you that they are. Like you may not be thinking they're as serious as they are in some sense. Okay, but we got proposal, we got wedding, we got ecstasy. This person's really, really like all in. Okay. And they're hoping you know that, or they're trying to figure out a way to make sure you know that. Okay. Even where you know that, or they think you know that, they feel like they want to confirm, right? Maybe that's the emphasis on the protective energy of making sure you know. Like this seems like a person that wants to make sure you know, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, let me get this advice. Let me get this advice for my pile number 3, my caramel cheesecake. My caramel cheesecake. Give me advice, well, regarding this caramel cheesecake. That's so weird. Let me sit with that for a second because of how that felt. Okay. Because it landed on falling in love and wedding. And it's in a reversal, right? We talk about that shadow. Let me just, is saying don't avoid or ignore knowledge. Yeah, because underneath falling in love and wedding, that deck that I didn't want to pull from, we've got book. The book is knowledge, is information, is understanding. So don't ignore knowledge you've been getting, whether we're talking about this reading or just it's the way this person's behaving or speaking or whatever. Like don't avoid knowledge regarding the serious nature you're seeking, right? If you're wanting to be like proposal, wedding, falling in love, if that's what you want and it's not clear, like don't avoid where it's not clear, if that makes sense. But on the maturing sense, it says to use the knowledge, right? To be confident, to be secure. Where we talk about proposal, falling in love, and deepening of connection. So it's at the bottom. Protection is here. Yeah, you got protection 2 times. This is that group. So you got compassion 2 times, and you got protection 2 times. Okay. Let me get one more. That we do have. Okay, so overcome fear was here. Like, so overcoming fear is a huge thing, and using knowledge, feeling protected. Let me get one more. What should pile number 3 do? Because, ooh, that's a lot of cards. I don't want all of those cards. Give me one more for pile number 3's advice. We'll close it out. Pile number 3. Oh, okay. Well, they said they said what they said. Like, the energy here said what it said. Overcome fear. You have to overcome your fear when it comes to whatever it is, your desires. Okay, that's what's happening for this pile. Got it. Was at the bottom, and I'm just gonna close it out because rebirth. So, oh my goodness, is that this, or did that come out earlier? Well, we got renewal, but I think we saw rebirth at the bottom. So 3 times, needing to be told things multiple times. So we're getting a lot of 3 references to 3 here. So just, I don't know what to tell you. So change, transform, what is it? Overcome fear, be protected, use your knowledge, use your wisdom. Okay. And yeah, it is that ominous. I'm just going to close it out. That is all I have for you today, pile number 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 4, my chocolate cheesecake. Let's see what your crush thinks you feel about them, any advice you may need, as well as any potential next steps. I don't know what's wrong with the pile. I say wrong or right. I feel like everything is clear. I feel like I can hear clearer. My throat is clear. Something about clarity. Okay, so far just channeling. Because I'm going to call you pile 4. right? You're asking about this chocolate cheesecake. So far, this chocolate cheesecake seems to think you feel very clear about them, okay? Very clear about them. For better, for worse, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to come out, but I do know none of the other piles have felt this clear in my throat chakra. So let's see. So for those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy. And I often read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in a lesson in the journey. Okay. All right. So you've got passion at the bottom. So they may sense your passion for them. Okay, hold on. Because the card flipped itself. Joy. Okay, so joy. Yeah, this person feels like you like them a lot. I mean, I don't know if you want them knowing that, because I mean, sometimes I get an energy of people not really wanting the other person to know, because I don't know, y'all are weird with these people y'all like sometimes. I didn't really get that. Like, you may be okay with it, but this person, like, you know, they feel like, you know, they bring you joy. They feel like they bring you passion, right? Like, it feels like a good thing. So let me see. Tell me, what does this chocolate cheesecake think that pile 4 feels about them? I don't know why I needed to slow it down like that. Maybe we're slowing something down to make sure we hear and understand what's going on. This may be my pile of, like, yeah, I said it 2 minutes, 22 seconds. And maybe my pile of, like, slowing things down to make sure you see things clearly, you hear things clearly, you know what's going on, okay? That may be this person, and maybe you, or maybe it's both, okay? Tell me, what is this chocolate cheesecake thinking my pile number 4 feels about them? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, something about slow moving, taking time. This person may feel they take their time. They may just feel you take your time. Like, something about moving really slow, okay? But I can't quite get my card that I want. So what is this chocolate cheesecake thinking my pile number 4 feels about them? All right, I'll take it. 2 cards. Incoming energy. So we've got affection, which is the rose, and faith, which is passion flower. Okay. All right. Well, they think you feel affectionate towards them. They think you have faith in them. That's sweet. You may come from rose piles. I do have some of those on the channel. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it feels peaceful. It feels real high vibe, thoughtfulness. Yeah, this person, they think you feel affectionate. Like, they think you feel thoughtful, like, or that you feel they're thoughtful, right? That you feel they're affectionate or have affection. That you feel that they have a lot of faith, right? It's easy going. This is the one pile where I really got the throat thing out the gate. That could be you. That could be this person. Stop that. Just because it throws me off it makes it difficult for me. It makes it difficult for me. Let me grab this water. It's fine. Drink some water. Maybe you're dehydrated. Because, yeah, I mean, I haven't had any issues. And I've been taking my breaks in between piles. So there's no need for that. I did see the God of Swords, which is the King of Swords, which would be the king of communication, right? Air rules communication. So maybe that's something this person's thinking about or feeling, something regarding. Tell me more about this chocolate cheesecake. What do they think about what do they think my pile number 4 feels about them? I mean, quiet and slow. Like, I don't know. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting. Maybe that's how this person thinks you feel. Quiet and slow. Got an 8 of Cups. incoming. So it talks about evolution, ascension. It's like a spirit. Like, so I don't normally read this card this way. I don't normally read it this way. But like, so maybe this is like my Christian pal. We do have the card that says like faith, or just Abrahamic faith in general, right? Because we like the when Moses went into the desert, that's what I'm getting. Like, I don't normally get like strong religious like symbolism, but I got like when Moses goes out to the desert and like finds God. That's what the image I'm getting here. So I don't know if that's how this person thinks you see them. I don't know, like something like that's what it is. Like goes out to the desert and finds God, like something, or maybe that's what this person's thinking about you. Because that's what I got, right? Like that's what that card talks about, and it very much so ties into the meaning of that card, because it does talk about going on a journey to kind of find yourself and to figure out your purpose and where you're headed, right? Moving across like it's a traveling, but it doesn't have to be a physical traveling. It could be a traveling of the mind and spirit. That's what we've got. So let me get more. Tell me more about what this chocolate cheesecake. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say I was not. Okay, so maybe there could be a little bit of a rejection element here, because I was putting this card back and then it threw itself. I was like, absolutely not, you'd be a fool. So I don't know if that's a theme, but also Fool talks about a new journey. Okay, talks about a new journey. So this person could see you as being on a journey. Okay. Yeah, you got like 3 out of 4 major arcana, right? You got, yeah, because this is number temperance. It's 14 the temperance. This is number 1, the magician, and then you got number 0, the fool. Okay, so temperance talks about moderating energy, which makes sense with the 8 of cups. It does talk about I don't know why I want to use the word routine. That's not what it means at all. Like moderation talks about can be a restrictive energy, but it talks about moderating your like energy, like managing yourself in a way where you don't get too out of control, you don't get too high, too low, right? And then it's real. This is like Sagittarius energy of like learning, evolving, growing, spiritual ascension. This person's thinking very deeply about you. And then magician feels like stepping into your power, right? It's ruled by Gemini. Mercury, it talks about like communication, like we talked about, talks about intelligence, talks about creation, right? Like these two go hand in hand. There's a lot of white on the table, so this could be like my religious pal, like from like a white purity sense. We have faith. It just feels like this person thinks you see them in that way, and this person thinks you feel this person thinks you feel like they're powerful. That's what I was missing. Okay, we've got the Fool, right? This is a new beginning, a journey, and all of the things. There's even like a white, is that a white rose? It is. And she's got like a head wrap and all the things. So yeah, I mean, this is a person that feels like you may be divinely supported. This may be a person that feels that thinks you feel divinely supported. Let me try to think. I don't know, because I'm losing my energy, right? Yeah, we got surrender. Okay, more major arcana. So literally 4 out of the 5 cards you got major arcana. Okay, the Hanged Man. This person feels like you feel they're surrendering, whether we're talking about any type of faith, whether we're talking about just finding yourself, discovering yourself, right? And let me see. I'm not pulling from that deck because I almost caught myself pulling from that deck. I did it in the last 2 piles, but I'm not going to. And I got this random rasp that I did not have all day. I split the deck. I got Virgo and Earth signs. That's more of that magician energy, that Mercury ruled energy. We talk about communication. Tell me, what does this chocolate cheesecake think that my pile number 4 feels? Honestly, the chocolate cheesecake thinks you feel like you're on like a journey, it feels more solitude based. Like it feels like finding yourself. It feels like figuring out who you are. We talk about spirituality, religion, and all of the things. That's how this person sees you, right? Like they feel like you have affection and you're very thoughtful when it comes to them, right? Where that may apply, but for the most part, this person feels like you're kind of doing your own thing. Where we talk about pure crushes and we talk about connections, like actual connections, whatever you've got going on, they feel like that may be like a priority or whatever, just because it feels like someone that's evolving and ascending as a person. So whatever you're going through spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or what may be happening around you to trigger that, this person seems to be thinking that. Yeah, because we've got, what's this? Yeah, I'll take it. I didn't really want all of these cards, but we'll take it. The opposition, imbalance, a point of tension and power struggle. So some whatever opposition you have going on, whether in the connection or just life, this person's thinking about that because we got the house 11, which is friends, like-minded groups, humanitarian beliefs. This is actually the, ironically enough, the energy that rules that Fool card, along with the sign of Aquarius, right? Originality, philanthropy, progressive imaginings. Okay, rules that Fool card. And it feels like, so something about you, this person feels like you see them as really unique, right? Very different, because shocks, surprises is ruled by that house, that sign, and the planet Uranus that is centered around those. Unique, different, unexpected, unconventional. There's a bit of a rebellious energy on the table. So this person may think you see them in that way. Okay. Some of you, this person thinks you see them only as a friend, because Aquarius is acquaintance-based energy. Let me get more water. I'm losing my voice. One of you has communication issues. I don't know what that is. Because I don't know what's going on. I didn't have that issue all day. Stop that. I said that because I'm getting a throat thing, but house 11, or maybe like you don't want me saying that. Ooh, yeah, some of you don't want me saying that. I'm sorry if that's what this person thinks you feel. That's your fault. Only because this is a different question. Normally I ask like what your crush thinks you feel. If you watch the intro, you know that like I originally was going to do this reading with the previous thumbnail, and I was going to do it closer to the eclipse. But you know how life happens, and I was living my life. So and then I do these when I'm called to, so I waited. So I ended up doing what your crush thinks you feel about them today. And this is what your crush thinks you feel about them. So this person thinks, right, this, what pile I'm on, chocolate cheesecake, thinks that you feel like you're just friends or just acquaintances or just part of whatever group, right? Because that's what it is. It rules collective spaces, like-minded groups, individuals. So actually rules religion, like people you go to like church, mosque, all of the things with. It rules any organizations you're a part of, any clubs you join. Like this person may think you want to just leave it there because whatever energy you're giving, that's how they're taking it. Even though they think like there's potential, you're giving off an energy of leaving it in that acquaintance-based energy, because this isn't even friendship energy. This is a person that's not even like, in their mind, they don't even think, when we're talking about pure crushes, they don't even think you want to be friends with them. They think you want to just be acquaintances, because double down. And then we have opposition. So opposition in collective spaces could be a theme here. Okay. All right. Well, let me pull from this other deck. Got my little sip of water, cleared up my throat. This eclipse energy keeps coming out. So something about that eclipse, maybe timing is key with the way I do these. I mean, it always is. Even if you guys find this in a timeless sense, it always, if you look back on the time periods I reference or look ahead, you can anticipate something. Just because that's the way that it's been happening. I don't know when it started. I don't even know why it does it, but it works. So we roll with it. But that lunar eclipse we had in Libra recently, like what, a month ago, could be relevant. I don't know. Tell me more about my pile number 4. What does the chocolate cheesecake think that my pile number 4 feels about them? What's the chocolate cheesecake thinking you feel? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so this is a person that doesn't think you're interested in them. I'm so serious, and I don't know what's going on. You're asking about somebody, because like Eight of Cups is like you moved on, you got other stuff going on. But what do you need to release? Waning Moon talks about a releasing of an energy, right? And then you got Aquarius again. We do have a new moon in Cancer, which is your level. Like you may have other things to prioritize. Maybe that's the thing. Like this person may feel you like you're doing, that's what's going on. Because again, the Eight of Cups is a journey. It's somebody that's like, let me get my life together, really, truly. And then with all of these major arcana, Temperance, the Magician, the Fool is actually a journey. It's literally the first card of the 22 cards of the major arcana. Like that's the beginning of the journey, figuring it out. The Hangman is literally surrendering to God. So I don't know what you have going on or what this person perceives you as having going on, but it feels like acquaintance. Aquarius actually could talk about having a lot of people around you. So where we talk about like romantic interest, it could be like maybe you have a lot of options, or at least you seem like that, and maybe that's a thing as well. But yeah, I mean, we do have bring love into the situation. Like this person feels like you have love for them, like you like them, like you think they're thoughtful, like you respect them, like they feel like you have a good relationship, like you're like there's no negative energy. Like this person doesn't see you. You know what I'm saying? Like this person doesn't feel anything like that. It's just they're thinking you're wanting to keep it casual. Now, I don't know who you're asking about. You may be asking about somebody that wants to keep it that way. I'll be honest with you. You could very well be. But like, I mean, I don't know. I felt like I got a really positive energy at the beginning. But whatever, you may be the pile that gives off the weird energy. I'm gonna leave with it being you because I didn't get. I mean, I got instances of the throat thing a little bit before this pile, but I didn't really get it until I stepped into this pile. You're the one that gives me the throat thing. So work on your throat chakra and the way you communicate, because this person perceives you as, oh no, that's just the person I see when I go play tennis. I don't know what you do. Like that's what this is, okay? Like that's how they feel. That's how they see you as feeling. Okay. Yeah. This isn't someone that really perceives you as fully engaged or interested. All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. The good thing about it is this isn't how this person feels for you for sure. Go to other readings to see, right? Or if you came from other readings, then you know. This is how this person thinks you feel. So the good news is if you feel like this is someone that likes you, all you have to do is just, I heard stop acting funny, or like, I don't know, you can engage this person, and I'm getting the throat thing. So that clearly is a thing. Okay. Tell me more about what does chocolate cheesecake. Ooh, I almost said what's the chocolate cheesecake saying? I don't know what to tell you. But what is the chocolate cheesecake thinking that my pile number 4 feels? There's always that weird pile. All of the piles are unique and interesting, but there's always like one that has a distinct energy, and I feel like this might be the one. So tell me my pile number 4. What is the chocolate cheesecake thinking about my pile number 4? How do they think my pile number 4 feels? I'm on the love decks and it starts to move real slow. Okay. We've got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So the chocolate cheesecake thinks you may feel like they may be clingy. I don't know who you're asking about, but that's the thing. So I don't know what's going on, who you're asking about, but the chocolate cheesecake is like, pile 4 thinks like I'm clingy, or codependent, right? Like, because the codependent energy is just when you have an attachment, like when you have attachment issues, when you like boundaries and all of the things. That's what's on the table, okay? So I don't know. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I don't know what you, well, like, okay, so are you asking about somebody you're interested in? Because I don't know that I'm getting the vibe. Because I got Aquarius, and this is technically Aquarius. So something about this person, they don't feel like, okay, it's all coming together. They don't feel like they're your usual type. They feel like you would have to have an open mind to be interested in them. And they feel like there's some differences. Yeah, I got the two outside. I get the two when I need to make sure I know what I'm talking about, because I'm trying to find, like, I didn't get a heavy attachment energy here. Okay, so this is actually, this may be the one pile that was purely crush. Look at you. This is not an unattached pile at all. You have a crush. Absolutely have a crush. And I'm not even kidding. This is like, because sometimes there's an unattached pile. This is, you have a crush. You're giving your crush weird energy because this person does not think you have a crush on them. Period. The end. Like, if somebody described this person, if somebody walked up to this person and said, pile 4, you know, that person has a crush on you, this person would be like, that's not true. I don't know why it's funny, but I think it's interesting. You got all this time to watch this reading, and this person's like, pile 4 would need to keep an open mind. Pile 4 sees me as like just an acquaintance, like, yeah, like when I'm at the library, I say hi. When I'm at the farmer's market, we converse about the different fruit. You know, like, that's how this person sees your interactions where you have them. So, like, I feel like they kind of, like, I get a vibe that they kind of like you. Like, I don't know if, like, this person's, like, completely invested, has, like, a lot of feelings. I'm not even looking for that. But I do think this person sees you as seeing them as liking you more than you like them. Okay, that's the vibe. Okay, yeah, that's the weird energy. This person thinks that you see them as liking you more than you like them. And that's the codependency here, and keeping an open mind. Like, you may be open to it, but you think that they're more invested. And I don't know if it's true or not, because I'm not looking for all of that, but weird energy. Weird energy. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 4. We're not going to drag this out. I'm going to pull from this deck, and get you some advice, because you need advice. My pile 4. My pile number 4. Tell me what the chocolate cheesecake thinks about my pile number 4. My pile number 4 thinks about them. I worded this in a way that throws me off as the reader. Okay, I'll take that one. Dreams may be a thing. I do have a dream reading. I have courting. So I'll pull one more because of the way that fell. I have dream reading, so go to that. Ecstasy, that came out earlier today. So you may be coming from that other pile, but it says your partner elevates your mind, body, and soul. This feeling of pleasure is electrifying. Came out in a different deck in a different pile. So if you came from multiple piles, welcome. Okay. I mean, they think you're attracted to them. Like, they can tell you're attracted to them. They're like, yeah, no, pile 4 is definitely attracted to me, but I think I might be more invested than pile 4, or pile 4 might not actually be interested in all, like, in that way, beyond being attracted to me. That's what I've got. Okay, so let me get one more, because I need a bottom from this deck. So one more for my pile number 4. What is the chocolate cheesecake thinking my pile 4 feels about them? Harvest. You planted the seed that the universe gave you. Due to your patience and growth, you are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So we got ecstasy, we got a harvest. Harvest does feel like prioritizing other things. This person thinks you feel they've been planting seeds of interest. Oh, that's why they feel like you're not interested. Okay, so this person, right, this chocolate cheesecake you're asking about, they feel like they've planted seeds in, like, you know they've planted seeds of interest and that you haven't like engaged. You may be the group where it's going over your head. Like I feel like there was always like a group, and I remember because it was hilarious to me, and I laughed a lot about it. Like as I was doing the readings, where like the person throws hints to you and it just goes over your head. Like you don't catch it, like you don't realize this person's interested in you, like because you're interested, you're asking about somebody you're interested in. Because I hope you're not like watching this for somebody you're not interested in, right? This person feels like they've planted, like they've planted seeds, like they feel like they've been very clear in their interests, and like and you just don't care. Wow. That's what the weird energy is. This person feels like they know, like they feel like they're interested in you. You can tell they're interested in you. It's been very clear that they're interested in you, and that that they're waiting to see if you reciprocate it. And like by you, I don't know how you interact with this person, Power 4, whatever you're doing, they're like, nope, it's definitely just right acquaintance based. Like whatever you're doing, this person, I'm telling you, not only does this person think you're not interested romantically, they're like, I don't even think Power 4 wants to be friends. Power 4 wants to be acquaintances. That's somebody I see at the store. I'm getting a throat thing. That's somebody I see when I do Pilates, like, when I'm painting, whatever I'm doing, that's the thing. Okay. Yeah, I got the throat thing. You may not want to hear it, but it's the truth. I don't know. Like if you're angry, if this is a crush you actively engage with, Power 4, stop doing whatever you're doing the way you're doing it. Okay, because you come to me for the readings, and like I'm reading and I'm telling you this is the best reading. Why? Because it's like you're in control. Like this isn't how this person feels. Like it's not like this person has friend zoned you, and like, I mean, what you're gonna do, right? If the person's not interested, they're not interested, but you're interested. This person seems to be at least open, but you seem like this feels like someone that thinks you friend zone them. Not even someone that was like, oh no, that's just my coworker, or like, you know what I mean? Like somebody that works with like my friend or whatever. I don't know. Okay. All right. Falling in love. The feeling of falling in love is one of a kind. Know that it's safe for you to be in love. So that's the bottom. And I'm not gonna lie, I want to get ready to close this out because all of a sudden this is a pile. If you are a dehydrated person, or maybe you're asking about somebody that does not drink enough water, or you don't drink enough water, like drink enough water, because like I feel it now, and it's no reason why it's a thing, okay? But yeah, this person feels like that they're really interested in you, and that's why we have all of the whatever, okay? That's what all of the free energy is when we talk about, like, from a romantic perspective. 8 of Cups, the Fool, releasing. This is someone that feels like you have an opportunity to be with them, but you're still like looking for love in other places. Oh yeah, that's what that is. Look at you. Let me pull these cards. You're probably like, why is she so upbeat? Well, it's funny because the card that just like slipped to the top, you're complicating it on your own. I mean, I don't know what you want from me, the reader. Let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 4. I'm not even going to ask the next move. I don't feel like there's a next move with this person. I feel like this person's actively engaged. Like if this is someone you see and interact with, like this person's actively like engaging you, right? They've just been waiting for you to like express an interest back, or they've already done what they're gonna do, and like they're either letting it go, or like if you I don't know, like, but this person's not gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Just based off of the energy I read, it takes a certain type. I'm gonna be honest with you. If this, based on how this person perceives you as seeing them, if they keep being persistent or doing whatever they're doing, I'm not sure you would be interested, because this is a person that may feel like you've already like, or maybe actively rejecting them. It takes a certain type of person to keep like getting rejected like that beyond a certain point, right? Like beyond a certain point. Like there's a certain point where somebody's like, oh no, absolutely not. And I feel like the person But it's like this isn't a negative pile. Like this isn't a like a oh this person's upset. Like this isn't this feels like a person that's like, oh okay, I just when I see pile 4, we like to chit chat about I don't know racing. I don't know the thing. I don't know. I'm making up like completely random scenarios. Like we'll chit chat about whatever the thing is. And like that's it, or like I'll see them when I'm at like Pilates, and I'm just like throwing out random activities, y'all. And we'll like we might even go get like coffee after, but like that's an acquaintance, not even like a friend. That's what we got. So that's how this person thinks you see them. So let me I'll get you some advice, because you're the pile that probably needs it most, since you seem to be interested in someone that you're giving the exact opposite energy to. Let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 4, please. What is the chocolate cheesecake? Here we got love grows. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna put this down. You've got not now. Okay. So where this person may not, like there's in instances where this person's not outright like, okay, pile 4 is not interested in me, blah, 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 blah. There's definitely a delay because this person's perceiving it as definitely not right now. Like this is a person that's likely thinking, feeling, oh, like pile 4 is not interested or available right now. Could be for scandalous reasons, now that I'm thinking about it. Could be, or it could just be like this person's like, oh, it's not gonna work right now. Okay, so what is this? Hope. So we got faith, we got hope. So you still have a chance with this person. This person seems hopeful, even if they're not gonna be like I'm getting a throat thing. Even if this person's not gonna be like chasing you down, because I feel like this is an energy of like a person that may have like feel like they've overextended their energy towards you. Like they're like hopeful like you may reciprocate it back, but this person doesn't seem like they want to be perceived as like desperate. And honestly, would you want somebody that would be like all desperate like that? Because I mean, whatever you're doing, whether you're intending to or not, like this person is not gonna like wanting to come across as desperate. I don't know what's going on with you, pile 4. I knew there was gonna be a pile like this. So there's always that one group. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad you came through. That it keeps me honest as a reader, because it's a completely different energy from a lot of the other piles. But there's always that one group. It's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you this person's next move, because there is none, because they've already done their moves. You're just being real interesting towards them, okay? But there's hope and there's seduction. So yeah, this person's probably like, in this person's mind, like they've already like overextended their energy when we talk about like trying to engage you romantically, right? Because you got ecstasy, you got seduction. So this person feels like they've already done whatever they tried to do towards you, okay? And that anything beyond that is extra, okay? Because you got ecstasy and seduction. Like they feel like you're sensually attracted to them. They feel like they're obviously sensually attracted to you, but like they don't want you to feel like they're desperate, like hoping for seduction, if that's a thing. That's where this person's head is, okay? I keep hearing the words, not chasing you down. This person's not going to chase you down. So let me give my advice for my pile 4 and close it out. Give me my advice for my pile number 4. All right, and we'll close this out. What's my advice? Okay, that makes sense. So you've got grounding. Ground your energy, okay? Ground your energy. Because that's what it is. I mentioned it going over your head. If you're not grounded, right? Like if you're not grounded, because the codependency card talks about, look at me, I can't even get my life together. I don't know where you like engage your crush often or where you interact with them most, but codependency does talk about like addictions. Not saying it's that serious, but when you think addictions, you think being under the influence. So like, for example, if you see this crush, you're in the same social circle and you're always at the same gatherings and like you're drinking, you may be a little tipsy and like not really realizing, Or maybe this person's tipsy and not really realizing, right? You get what I'm saying? Because there's a grounding energy. So your advice is to be grounded in engaging this person and pay attention. I think I mentioned earlier in the pile to slow down and pay attention. There's something you're not, you need to slow down and pay attention. You're not paying attention, okay, when it comes to this person. So you've missed a lot of cues socially and all of that regarding this person because you haven't been grounded. And I use that as an example, but that's just an example of not being grounded. Not being grounded is simply just being in your head and not paying attention. For example, if you're on a mission and like you're doing something very specific, like if you're grocery shopping, you're doing your task at hand, you're focused on that thing, right? That's where your focus is. So you miss all kinds of things going on. I do it sometimes too. It's like I'm on this mission, let me do what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I'm going to the store. What I need is at the back of the store. I don't feel like going to the back of the store, so I'm going to ignore everybody in here so I can get what I need and go. So like if that's how you move, sometimes when you're engaging this crush, I'm not saying they take it personally because I don't even see where they are. They seem cool. They seem friendly. They seem to be accepting that you're not interested. But like you seem to want them to be interested and they already are. So if you ground your energy and pay attention, you'll see where you're missing that, okay? Because we've got equilibrium, okay? Equilibrium talks about balance, not being too high, not being too low, so you can see what's really going on around you, okay? Because that's what's going on. So you're going to ground your energy. What else do you want to tell my Power 4? Because Power 4 needs a lot of advice. I'm eyeing a deck that I may grab because some of the other piles got an extra deck, so maybe I'll get you one for advice. Maybe that's why it's here. Elixir of life. Okay. Balance emotion. Yeah, balance, same thing, right? Equilibrium, balance emotions. Balance your emotions. Pay attention to what's going on. Ground your energy. Be present. Like grounding your energy means being in the present moment. Like don't be thinking backwards. Don't be looking too far ahead. Elixir of life talks about prioritizing health. Drink some water. If you're truly like the one that's not drinking enough water, drink some water. Make sure you're drinking enough water regularly. Okay. Elixir of life also says pay attention to life that's in front of you, like present moment energy. So I'm going to take one more from this other deck and we'll move on. Yeah, you have unlimited possibilities. Okay. Okay, take advantage of the unlimited possibilities in front of you when we talk about new beginnings, okay? You have unlimited possibilities for new beginnings. So we got that 8 of Cups of a journey. We've got the Fool, which is the new journey. We've got new beginnings because both new beginning energy, okay? So I'm going to close it out. That is all I have for you today, pile number 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.